Good morning, everybody. Trying to get everyone's mic on. There you go. Okay, Foo Fighters and Walk to start the show today. That's a Jim Florentine pick who's in studio. What's up, Jim?
What's going on?
Not much. Norton's going to be a little late. I think he's coming in around 9:15 for the big Lamb of God interview, so that's going to be very cool. Randy Blythe is coming in a little later. I've never met Randy.
He's a great dude.
He's a great dude.
Been through a lot of shit, man.
No kidding, he's been through a lot of shit. You know the story, too, right?
Yeah.
That's why you're here.
I was wondering why.
That's why you're here, sir. No, I like doing radio with Florentine. And, of course, to my right, Sherrod Small as well. What's up, Sherrod?
Oh, what's up, yo?
You know anything about Lamb of God?
Yes, I know this book is real heavy.
It is a heavy book. This is a big, heavy book.
How much living did this son of a bitch do?
A lot of living. The Dark Days. What's the name of the book? Dark Days, yes.
Yeah.
Focus of Lamb of God. We just got the book, so I don't know. I don't know how I'm supposed to do radio and read at the same time. 500 pages?
That's Harry Potter business right there, man.
I know.
There's a couple spells in here, man.
Did I just see 500 pages?
I think so.
Oh, my God. All right. I might have to try to, knock that one out. I'm knocking out Corey Taylor's book. Corey Taylor was fantastic on the show last week.
Was he great?
Yeah, and Stone Sour?
Stone Sour's his other project.
Yeah, he was great on the show, and his book is pretty damn good. I'm already halfway through it. He hates the world.
Yeah. Who's the singer of Slipknot? I mean, if you listen to that, there's a lot of hate. They have a song called "People Equal Shit." It's one of the greatest titles ever. People equal shit.
Oh, it's so right.
Is rock radio playing that in heavy rotation?
Oh, that's so good.
Isn't that a great title?
Oh, my man. Oh, that's so good.
They play it every show, too.
I hope
Crowd goes nuts.
I hope he becomes a friend of the show because he's very cool. I like his vibe a lot. I was listening to some Slipknot over the weekend just to kind of familiarize myself a little bit now that I know Corey Taylor. All right.
What'd you think?
It's not.
Do you like it more now that you spoke to him? And
yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I'm not going to sit here and claim that I knew a lot of Slipknot songs, but I was kind of tooling around YouTube over the weekend checking out some things. So
yeah, I mean the first couple of records were super heavy, and then they're not as heavy now.
Yeah,
some of the stuff is, but there's definitely some stuff where you can go, all right, I can like that.
They mellowed out.
A tinge.
Okay.
There's like 2 or 3, maybe 4 songs on that could be played on the radio, even though they're heavy as shit.
Right.
They could be played on the radio, and they're kind of catchy.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I like his voice.
His voice he's great.
When he slows down his voice a little bit, he's got a good voice, man. He's all right.
Yeah, he can sing.
So,
but the Lamb of God, the Randy Blythe story is unbelievable. I mean, basically, they did a show over in Prague in like 2010 in this club. Mm-hmm. And, all these kids are running on stage and diving into the crowd. Mm-hmm. They dive off the stage and stage dive, whatever. And supposedly some kid died after jumping off the stage that night. They didn't know. They had no idea. He hit his head. Because sometimes you jump off there, people move out of the way, you're hitting the cement.
Yeah,
right.
People should move out the way, right?
Did the kid die in the club?
And he died later. Like he
later.
Yeah, he went to the hospital later that night, and then he was in a coma for a couple of weeks, and then he wound up passing away.
What do you think is going to happen? You diving off a stage head first. You expect strangers to catch you?
Well, usually they do. Nothing ever really happens.
Ain't it easier just to learn how to dance? Wouldn't have to fucking save your life.
I never did that either. I mean, I go to a lot of metal shows. I never did that stage dive and stuff.
You never went for a stage dive?
No, I never crowd surfed either. They just get on the crowd and just surf.
Are you against crowd surfing?
No, I'm not. I hate it when you're in the front and you got your foot to your head.
You got to participate in it if you like it or not.
You're watching the show, all of a sudden you got some fucking,
you got a lot,
guy on top of you.
You got a lot in common with Corey Taylor. You hate a lot of things, but you don't mind crowd surfing?
I don't mind it. I just don't participate in it. It's kind of cool to watch.
Yes, it's cool to watch, but if you got a foot in your face and you just got your new shirt on, you come into a concert.
I like the crowd surf where the lead singer goes for it and he's still singing and they bring him all the way back to the venue and then back to the stage and he's still singing, not missing a fucking beat. I like that shit.
Yeah. Jacoby Shaddix from Papa Roach does that. He just recently did that. I was at a show Just
Pretty
goes in the crowd.
impressive.
Yeah, sings a whole song as the crowd's just wheeling him around.
But he's the star, so they're gonna, you're gonna support the dude in the band, but some random kid jumping off the stage is like, fuck you, I don't know you.
Yeah. And if you're a girl, forget it. The groping that goes on.
It used to be a complete rape.
The groping that goes on.
It's like a little Puerto Rican Day parade up in the air, right?
You feel like you need a shower after you see that. Like, oh my God.
But girls are doing this with like mini skirts on and shit.
That's what I'm saying. Oh,
Now it's,
God
it's a
forbid
little-
if they have big tits. Oh, fuck.
It used to be
It's over,
brutal.
Johnny.
It used to be brutal.
Oh,
Now,
my God.
now the security's pretty much they got it down where there's like 20 people watching as the girl's getting tossed around, so they see if there's any hands going in.
And plus, once you're getting groped up there as a girl, halfway through, you're like this was a bad idea, but you can't get back down because they got you up there.
Yeah, now it's too late. So you just got to go through it, I guess. I don't know.
It's just weird how every guy always every guy always helps along by pushing her ass.
Oh, yes.
Oh, and
yes.
he's claiming he's just trying to help,
Whenever I even considered being a male cheerleader, that's the only reason why, so I could lose the thumb in a bitch.
But those male cheerleaders, they're a little funny,
Gropers.
right? They're a little funny.
Some of them, a lot of them are.
Funny meaning, but not in a bad way.
Some sneak through is just a perv who snuck through and was like, hey, yeah.
I don't think the perv sneak through.
What would you have been?
I would have been pervious.
Yeah.
Pervious. I would have been in high school for 19 years.
They're catching them too perfectly. That means they're a little funny.
They don't try to put the finger in them.
No, they're just, they're completely focused on the task at hand. I don't mean funny in a bad way, by the way.
So then Sherrod would clean up then if he wasn't one of those funny guys.
Yeah, we'll clean up. You get to hang out with the girls all day.
You're not going to clean
bus.
up. You're going to drop a girl. You're going to be distracted. That's my whole point here.
You drop one or two. Nobody's going to hold that against you.
You can tell how they clap. That
It's a lot of this. A lot of go team
the
go.
male cheerleaders, you can tell by the way they clap. Oh boy, oh boy.
What are you saying?
They are completely focused on the task at hand. Let's just put it that way. The rest of us would be like, "Oh wow, look at that! Look what I get to see."
Yes,
a split in midair. And what? I'm supposed to catch this now? Okay, I'll try. I'll try.
Yeah, that would be a little weird. Like if one of your friends, like, yeah, I'm gonna be a male cheerleader, in high school.
And you know what? We would still.
I never had any of those.
No,
we would still.
I don't
say
think
that
we had any in my entire high school.
Like the male cheerleaders.
I don't think we had any.
We had some in college.
Really?
Yeah, we had a couple of male cheerleader dudes in college.
What do you do with that after you're done? Like, where do you go after that? You try to make it into the pros?
I guess
try
so.
to make it to the garden?
How do you get to, like, the dudes who cheer at, like, professional teams? They mostly, like, gymnasts, though, right?
I would assume. I mean, I don't know. I don't get
Or they
it.
just they're for the dance?
I think cheerleader competitions are just stupid.
Nah, no. They're awesome.
Stupid.
No. Anything with is a risk of injury is awesome to watch.
And when they're spinning and twirling and tossing them.
They take headers. Remember that girl one time knocked her front teeth right out live and kept going?
Well,
kept cheering.
That was one time for 5 seconds.
It was enough to see.
Right.
It changed my life.
You can tell when one group is doing better than the other group.
Yes, yeah, you can see
They all have perfect routines, and I'm like, all right, whatever.
Some people be
I don't
up.
get it.
I got a friend that has 2 daughters that are in high school, and they're both on the cheerleading squad, and they go on these cheerleading tournaments on the weekends, and he's like in the middle of Pennsylvania for like 12 hours a day, sitting in the stands Saturday and Sunday. And if they do good on Sunday, they still have to do it on Monday.
No.
Yeah, and he's texting me. He's like, I'm in fucking hell. He goes, thank God you have a boy. Yeah. 12 hours a day sitting in the stands.
I'm selfishly not getting my kid into sports yet. I'm being selfish about it because everyone's warning me. They're like, you don't want to do it. You don't want to do it.
Job.
Your weekends are done. Don't do it. So I'm pushing other things on them.
I go right to YouTube.
I'm like, you don't have to fucking play soccer.
Yeah.
There's no way you have to play soccer.
I go
Play
right to
video
YouTube.
games.
If someone blows out a knee, like a bad injury, I go right to YouTube. I show my son. I go, you don't want to do that. Don't you want to run around the backyard? The swing set? You won't be able to play in the swings. Is that wrong?
Discouraging them.
I see these fathers, and like, I'll see in like 4 or 5 weekends, we got a big soccer tournament. I'm like, it's July.
Yeah.
Why are you playing soccer in July?
Oh, man.
So I'm like, nah, you don't have to kick that soccer ball around. It's okay.
Yeah, he just like, look,
It's okay.
You're not going to be a professional.
Right.
Soccer still hasn't caught on in the United States. If we move to Europe, then maybe I'll spend Saturdays at a soccer field.
And even if you're a professional for the U.S. team, you're not going to really have too many accolades.
He's not going to be Brandon Donovan.
No, really.
No, not even close.
You'd just be kind of middle of the road athlete. You don't want that, right?
It's a lot of wasted afternoons.
Right, you don't want that, do you?
Saturday morning. Sherrod, you imagine Saturday morning at like 7:30 in the morning, you're standing at a soccer field.
Brutal.
Your kid's barely playing. He doesn't like it. You don't like it. Parents are trying to make small talk with you. Oh, you're a comedian, so when are you going to play around here?
How about?
Oh my God, that's hell. That's hell.
How about this? I have a brother. I haven't seen him. I've seen him only a couple times in the last couple of years because not only does he have two girls that are playing soccer, he decided to be the commissioner of the league.
Your brother's out of control.
He obviously
You know how much time that takes up?
He obviously doesn't want to be around his wife.
She hates his wife.
Yeah, exactly.
There's no question about it.
How about this? She's his assistant coach. They coach together.
They coach together?
And he runs the league.
How Christian is your brother and his wife?
I know. Did they meet on Christian Mingle?
Good God almighty.
I think that's how they're avoiding Guad. Because their weekends are on a soccer field instead of a church. But I haven't seen him in only a couple times in the last few years because he's like in over his head with this soccer league.
You're better off.
I don't know.
I mean, it's too much. Who gets that involved? I usually think it's just pedophiles who get involved in that much
Sports
kid
activity.
sports or Boy Scouts. Even though I was in a Boy Scout, I just assumed that what grown man would say, hey, fuck my weekends.
Yeah, they were.
I'm going to hang with these little boys.
I don't think you're that wrong.
I'm not saying everybody, but that's how I used to see it. Even though I was in it and never saw it.
I think foot doctors are into feet. Ass doctors are into asses. Why else would you pick a specific body part unless you really like that body part? And so I think it's the same with the Boy Scout leaders and
so you
not all, because that's where we get in trouble. But
not all of them, no.
But there's certainly
there's
some.
a couple.
Certainly some
Alleged Jared Fogels around.
If you were really into, if you're really into kids, wouldn't you find some type of job where you're around kids all the time?
Yeah.
So it's our job to weed those shitheads out, right?
But also, it could be you're into kids, so you stay the fuck away from kids.
Because you can't help yourself.
Because you can't help it. Like, I don't work in a strip club because I'll be dead in 1 weekend.
Right.
1 weekend, I'll be dead. And a coke hill, a hill of coke.
Jared. I guess the Jared thing, because you brought it up. He told a reporter that, what did he say exactly? He said, told her that middle school girls are hot.
No, he did not.
Yes, he did. He told a reporter that middle school girls are hot, and that's when the authorities got involved and said, well, why don't we take a little look here, see what's going on with Jared.
Well, let's see which ones he was talking about first.
Yeah, let's see the girls. Puerto Rican middle school girls? Because they look like adults.
Reports are coming out that a former TV journalist in Florida was the person who tipped off the authorities about disgraced Subway pitchman Jared. The ex-journalist claims Fogel had numerous conversations with her several years ago telling her that middle school girls are hot. Jared, of course, has been under scrutiny after law and blah, blah, blah. The ex-journo obviously was shocked by Jared's alleged sentiments, stating, I thought to myself, did he really say that to me? She also dismissed the comments as jokes. No, they weren't jokes. They were very serious.
I doubt it.
And while she won't reveal what was said, she also claims some comments he made were even worse than that one. Apparently, the FBI had her wear a wire at one point around Jared, and the recordings she obtained were integral to the federal investigation. Wow. She wore a wire.
Wow. Jared. You sandwich children eating motherfucker.
Yeah, at first I thought it was just like an off-color comedy. He was just cracking a joke. No. After he did like a local TV appearance.
Right.
But when she's wearing a wire and the FBI's got her wired up.
And they like what they got.
They liked what they got. We got enough. Take them in. Man, that's a fall from grace.
And then speaking of Subway, you got this dope. We're all over the place, but it's okay. I like the the wandering we're doing here. You got a guy that left his fucking 3-year-old daughter in a subway.
Well, that's like a camp for poor people, I guess, right?
Was he dropping her off for Jared?
It was a sandwich shop, wasn't it?
Wasn't it a Subway?
Well, yes,
I thought it was a Subway.
It was a Subway.
Harlem Subway sandwich shop. This 3-year-old, it's a local story, but she was all over the news, and people were like, do you know who this fucking, little girl is? And it turns out this guy was drunk and left her in the subway.
The father was drunk and left in a Subway sandwich spot.
And he wasn't trying to leave her behind, by the way. That's how drunk he was.
And he realized he left her when the mother said, hey, where's the kid?
Where's the kid? What?
The next day or some shit, yeah. And he was like, oh, I got to backtrack my steps.
How do you do that?
He left her next to the Fixins bar.
How drunk are you?
A mess. Why are you even that drunk around your kid? Like, what is that?
No, 3-year-old. I don't know. Some people just do it. Some people just do it. Get all drunk and shit. Is that pretty much the story? I asked her, where's your mommy and daddy? And she pointed to the street corner. Oh, God.
So the mom wasn't with him. It was just the dad.
Just the dad.
He was hammered and went into this Harlem Subway sandwich shop, and he left without her.
You know what happened? Some chick probably came in. He went to go rap with her. Followed her out of the subway, trying to
forgot the kid.
Forgot the kid.
Yeah,
followed her down the street. Started 2-3 blocks.
Some fat booty came
trying to work it.
Distracted him.
Get a number or something. Absolutely.
I think Florentine got a point here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
got distracted by some young Dominican booty. Exactly. It happened to us all. I want to take back my statements now.
And he's making believe he's not a father.
That's right.
Upping his odds, maybe.
He's like, that's not my kid. I was just sitting at that table.
That's my older sister.
Yeah.
Her father realized what he'd done only after he called the child's mother, Marlena, from a cab at around 7:30 a.m. As he was telling her he was on his way home, she asked where their daughter was, and he realized he had no idea and started freaking out. What? You can get that drunk? You can get that drunk with a 3-year-old by your side?
It's not. You shouldn't.
Yeah. The cabbie held a traffic cop, and they took this guy, I guess, to the 84th precinct, where he blubbered to police that he had lost his kid. Cops charged him with child abandonment and reckless endangerment.
But they found the kid hours later or something?
I think it was the next day, right? The next morning or something?
So she just sat there for hours?
Well, Subway people let her work there until they came and got her. She worked in the back, cleaning stuff up.
Right. Must have been one of those 2-story joints. I don't trust those 2-story joints.
Oh, the 2-story fast food?
I don't trust the 2-story fast food joints, man.
Because you could be upstairs at fucking McDonald's, a 2-story McDonald's getting mugged, and nobody will know.
Right.
They down there getting their Happy Meals, you got a knife pulled on you on the second floor.
Is that what's going on the second floor? That's where all the tables are?
They'll get you up there.
I just know where I come from, man. Don't trust any fast food joint that's 2 stories. That's how white I am. That's how white I am, Sherrod. I just know.
It's always a bad idea.
Oh, my God. I'm like, who the fuck would go into that place?
And they
go up the stairs with their food? Are you kidding me?
And the bathroom's up there, and there's a bunch of people that aren't even eating at the place. They don't even eat. Using it.
They got newspaper pillows. This pillows made out of newspaper. They've been up there for weeks.
I'm too white to go upstairs to order my food in a fast food joint. I know that much. I can't be that trusting. I'm trusting, but not that trusting.
It's always a whole nother thing. Even the employees don't go up there.
Oh, really?
You're like, hey, what's upstairs? I worked here 8 months. I ain't never been up there.
Yeah.
It's like, holy shit, it's lawless.
Everything's packed downstairs. Like, is there seating upstairs? Like, I don't know. Go take a look.
It's a mess.
I haven't been up there in a month.
Is a homeless dude up there shaving? What the fuck is this? Right. Can you not shave next to my motherfucking Big Mac? Thanks.
We have a homeless guy that was on the front page of the New York papers yesterday, I think. It's a guy we've all seen a million fucking times on the Upper West Side.
Oh, yeah.
He's finally getting attention. This guy wears clothes that are literally rotting off his body.
He yells a lot, too.
He yells. You know the guy, right?
Dude.
We all have seen him a million times, and he's on the front page, and all the locals are like, yeah, that fucking asshole. We've been complaining about him for years, and now you're finally going to do something.
This the guy that's pissing in the street?
He's pissing in the street. They hauled him away twice, and they put him right back on the street.
Wasn't he? Yeah, when
he yells and screams, he gets in the middle of traffic. There he is. I mean, you could see it for yourself wherever you're listening to this program. I don't know what he's wearing on his feet. I don't know if it's
he made that's some makeshift shoes that he
or is it? Yeah, it looks like he put M80s in his sneakers, and that's what he's wearing now. The
like
remains of that.
Like Bugs Bunny put some TNT in his socks.
I feel sorry for a lot of a lot of the homeless people wandering around New York, especially the regulars that you see and you know they're harmless.
Yeah.
But this guy's a fucking nightmare.
This guy's a nightmare. I see him scream in like people's faces as they walk by.
I saw him taking a shit. We've all saw him taking a shit. He'll usually just drop his pants and right next to a garbage can, he'll just start shitting. And then most people will look for a second and just keep moving on. No one even fucking, calls the cops or anything.
What are you going to do?
But he made the front page of the papers yesterday. What are they saying about him?
That he's a dick.
The foul-smelling vagrant, disgusting derelict who's turning the Upper West Side he's been there for years. Turning the Upper West Side into an open-air toilet, was back at it Sunday, just hours after 2 hospitals deemed him fit to wander the city streets. Yeah, the foul-smelling vagrant, whom police sources identified as John Tucker, was spotted urinating in the street on 9th Avenue. Oh, he went all the way down to 47th Street.
Ah, look at him getting around.
That's new territory for him.
Good for him.
He's getting some exercise.
Yes.
At 1:30 p.m. It capped a day-long ramble of... That's probably where they dropped him back off after the hospital. That's why, because he doesn't hang out down there. It capped a day-long ramble of rummaging through West Side garbage cans between 85th and 46th Streets. Yeah, he's up near 85th and Broadway if you want to see him. I guarantee he'll be out there later today.
I see him around like 79th up there by the stand-up New York area.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
That whole area.
You never got video of him shitting? I figured you would post that. Yeah, I'd love to see that clip.
I actually have thought... I actually did lift my camera once for the guy, and he was such a maniac. I just knew. Don't fuck around with this guy. Yeah.
Oh, you saw you filming him?
Well, I was debating filming him.
Oh, okay.
I had my phone up and I was sort of, approaching, thinking, what am I going to do with this? And Sherrod knows this guy doesn't play.
It's like, what would you do though after they lock him up or put him in the hospital? After they release him, he's going right back to the street.
Yeah, he's not waking up and going, oh, maybe I should go visit my penthouse.
He's like, oh,
my penthouse.
You know what? I just found my keys. I couldn't find my keys for 8 years. Yeah, my keys was in my other pocket. I never looked over there.
Exactly. What do you think's going to happen when you release him? He's homeless. He's going to go right back to doing what he knows, but
shitting in the street.
To do, right?
Yes. It's a real treat for those outdoor fucking dining areas too. You see this homeless man shitting right next to your fucking pasta.
Yeah,
good for you bougie bastards.
He lays out right on the sidewalk and then gets really mad at people because they're walking too close to him as he's trying to get a snooze
for
in.
his bedroom.
But vagrant back to peeing in the street says he's a good guy. So he says he's a good guy. Wow, really? He doesn't give that impression.
No, he screams a lot, this dude. This dude is really rude.
Most homeless people, you'll walk right by, you're fine. When you see this guy, you really do fucking make a beeline.
Across the street.
You hit the other side of the street or you make a nice wide turn around him.
But if I was homeless, I would be a real problem.
Why?
Because why not? Fuck you and your fucking perfect lives, you fucking assholes.
Yep.
But how are you going to get your...
some money.
Some money.
You going to hire this dude? You think he's getting in the way of him being hired?
I mean, when you got the handout.
His sneakers are blown up. Yeah, I would be an ass. I wouldn't give a fuck about you getting to your job, your kids getting to school. I wouldn't give a fuck about any of it.
You think the Mets are happy with what he's wearing? What is that?
Yeah, you got like a poncho, a Mets poncho?
I don't know what it is. Is it a Mets poncho? It might be.
It's half bag and half sleeping bag.
I can't tell what it used to be.
Yeah.
I know it's like half a shirt now on his body. Look at this guy. Jesus. That guy's a problem.
Yeah, that guy's a real problem.
You could find it online, right? NewYorkPost.com if you want to go there.
He looked like if one of Wu-Tang, somebody from Wu-Tang went homeless. He's like Method Man if he didn't make it. It's brutal.
It is brutal. So, I went to a pig roast yesterday down there in Philly.
That's great.
And I am a P-U-S-S-Y.
You didn't like it?
That's right, I'm a P-U-S-S-Y. I was horrified by seeing the whole fucking pig.
I would have ate the fuck out of that pig.
I know most of us at this point have gone to a pig roast and you see that fucking pig laid out. I think it's my first one. I don't remember ever seeing, a pig laid out like that. Right on the kitchen table.
Right.
We had a nice family get together, and people were digging in. But not everybody was digging in. There were a few that were thinking like me.
I'm
it
sure
was
what you saw the face.
creepy.
You saw the face and everything on there, and
The
the body.
face, the hooves.
How big?
I think the tail was still on the fucking thing.
Oh, I would have ate that tail, boy.
It was,
How big was the pig?
47 pounds.
Nice.
47 pounds.
Now, how did they cook it? In the open pit?
I think that it was cooked somewhere else, and it was brought to the party.
Oh, okay.
I do believe that's how it went down.
That's amazing.
And then, my wife's uncle's just there with a knife, just fucking sawing away, and I'm like, holy shit, I'm not made for this. I'm not made for this. And then everyone's like, you got to try the skin. It's so crispy. It tastes better than bacon.
Yes.
And there's a plate with some of that crispy skin right there for you to take.
Oh my God.
But then the rest of the skin is still on the pig.
Right.
So I'm making that connection. Like, fuck me.
I would have ate the whole plate of pig skin.
So you didn't try any of it?
I had a little skin and I had a little pig, but it was something about it. I am a P-U-S-S-Y.
You know what the thing is, too? If they would have cut the pig up somewhere else.
P-U-S-S-Y.
If they would have cut it up in another room and just brought the meat in there, you would have ate all of it.
I would have been so fucking full.
It's that you just couldn't see the body.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say here. If they cut this whole thing up and then present it on some nice platters, you know, with the rest of the fine food we had at this party yesterday, I would have ate it all up, no problem. But it was something about just seeing the whole pig in the kitchen like that. I'm a P-U-S-S-Y.
I would have had a problem. Probably would have.
You
problem
would?
too. Yeah.
Thank you, Florentine. Because you're a tough guy.
Well, I'm not a tough guy.
You're a tough
What? Because I don't
fucking-
like. Because I don't like
the Northerners.
Because I don't like a selfie stick. I'm a tough guy. Sorry, I'm not a 17-year-old chick.
Did your kids see the pig face?
Yeah, I was there for all the kids.
And were the kids like, were they turned off by it, or were they like?
My kids didn't say a word, so that'll come out in some fucking weird nightmare in the middle of the night. Trust me. That's what sucks about that. They didn't say a word, but it'll come out.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
But they had no
out.
problem eating it after seeing the face.
No, they had chicken fingers for the kids. Kids eat chicken fingers. That's about it.
Yeah, they should have had a whole chicken in there. Cut the head off right in front of the kids. This is where it comes from, little bitches.
You have no problem with that shit, huh?
No, I really don't.
Man,
Definitely not with a pig. I guess I
realized I had a problem with it. I realized that I'm not fucking saying you shouldn't have pig roast. Trust me, I'm not that guy.
Right.
I'm just saying seeing the face on the fucking animal made it not as tasty for whatever
The face
reason.
is the tastiest part, Opie.
I'm thinking if you served your meals at restaurants with the face still on it, I think there'd be so many more vegetarians in the end.
Oh yeah,
What's
people
that
don't
from?
want it.
You were at a pig roast yesterday too?
No, that was a year ago, but pig face.
Let me see it.
Do you have
Delicious.
Did you have
with
a
a little hat on?
Did you have a problem when you went to a pig roast?
No. Well, when they took it out of the box.
Oh my God!
What box?
Why was it in a box?
A coffin?
Wow! They went to a real pig roast where you got the animal before it's even cooked, and Roland's holding it up. Who's the other guy holding it up? One of your friends? Is that Giddles?
No, it's one of the
Fucking Giddles.
Little inside joke for Sherrod Small.
Oh yeah, that's the pig right there.
Let me see that here.
That's even worse.
I would eat it from the rooter to the tutor.
So what? They bring it over in a box?
Yeah, this was at the Big Apple Barbecue Festival last year. So they had it in a big cardboard box.
Is this Madison Square Park?
Yeah, right down there. And it was in a refrigerated truck. It was in a cardboard box. They brought the box, opened it up, and it's the pig that's drained, gutted.
Amazing.
skinned. And Roland was helping them take it out of the box, throw it on this big grill that they had there, and they cooked it for like 6 hours or something like that.
Fall off the bone.
Yeah.
That's all right.
That's some good eating.
And that was the face when it was done cooking.
Yeah, man.
I'm telling you, the cheeks, the meat in the
put a
cheeks
nice
and the
little
face
camo
is the
hat
best
on it.
meat.
Don't give me that cheek meat is the best shit.
Cheek meat, baby.
I go to a Greek restaurant every once in a while. It's a bit on the expensive side. That's why every once in a while.
Right.
And then the guy's like carving out the meat of the cheek of the fish, saying this is the best fucking part. It's not the best part. They're lying to you. Cheek meat. Get out of here.
Cheek meat, baby.
The guy scrapes for like 5 minutes and gives you it's like a teaspoon full of meat.
It tastes like lobster.
No, it doesn't.
Delicious.
I'm a P-U-S-S-Y.
So is anyone giving you a hard time because you wouldn't eat it?
No, I ate it. I ate a little, you know, and then I made believe I was making believe I ate a lot more than I did, I guess, and then I was just eating fucking hummus.
So you were like that guy.
Pita chips.
You were like that guy in high school. You pass around a joint, you don't want to smoke it, you pretend you do. You got a cigarette in your other hand, so you blow that smoke out. Like, oh,
you
man.
faked it.
Yeah, exactly. You faked it.
Yeah, the fake pork.
I've done that before at Coke parties with chicks.
Yes.
They're all doing it.
And then one of my brother-in-laws...
I pretend like I'm not putting it in my pocket.
One of my brother-in-laws, he had like the skin, which was all nice and crispy, you know, and then he went back for seconds, and he's like, oh, the rest of the skin is a little mushy. He couldn't find a nice crispy piece, and I'm like, I was fucking throwing up in my mouth.
You know, that pork, too, is close to human flesh, too.
It's like bacon. I need it crispy. If it's not crispy, I won't eat it.
Gotta
it's
go
disgusting
crispy.
to me.
Gotta go crispy. I'll eat bacon all day long. But
and pork chops.
I love pork chops. That's what I'm trying to say.
It all comes from right there.
I understand. That's why it doesn't make sense. You get rid of the fucking
it's
the
like,
head and the hooves. I think I would have ate a lot more yesterday.
It's like your girlfriend. She just took a big shit, but you're gonna fuck her anyway. I don't want to see her taking a big shit.
I do.
If she's taking a big shit, I don't want to eat her ass 5 minutes later.
I might not eat her ass, but I definitely will take a look at her taking a dump.
You know what I mean? If I see my chick coming out of the bathroom with a newspaper under her arm asking for a match, I'm not gonna. I don't want to see that.
And how is that like pork?
Well, just seeing it. You know what I mean? If you don't see it,
if you don't
prepared in the back.
Right.
Yeah, shit in the other bathroom, I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't want a wafting in the bedroom.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
They also...
Does that make... Try, would you bang a chick... You walk in the bathroom, your girlfriend just took a big shit.
Right.
And it smells really bad. Are you going to throw her on the bed and bang her right there?
It depends on what Sherrod you're talking to. Sherrod now? Probably not. High school Sherrod? Anything goes.
Oh, yeah, of course. Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
But now, no.
Maybe it depends on the girl. Is it romantic?
I've never seen my wife shit. I have no idea when she
You banged a shitty girl before, Jim Florentine.
Oh, I absolutely.
Okay.
Well, yeah,
There's plenty where I've had my shirt over my nose, looked like I was robbing a bank. Absolutely. You have to get them from behind so they don't see it.
You had the Dillinger of the pussy?
Absolutely.
I don't know when women in general shit.
You never saw your wife shit?
Nope. I don't know. Is that a conversation that girls have with their moms at an early age? Like, how do they figure that one out?
But I've seen my girl shit. Like, I know when she come out the bathroom taking a dump, she say, hey, I just took a dump.
There are times
Do you walk right in afterward, or you wait a little while?
Sometimes I forget and walked in.
No kidding.
And it broke my heart.
I've never smelled a fart from my wife, and I sort of know when she's shitting, I guess.
What about
but in general, I don't know when they do this.
What about when you share a hotel? If you guys are away and you're sharing a hotel room, there's only one bathroom.
She won't shit in there, I guess. I don't know.
She really loves you.
I don't know.
She's not.
But I'm not alone on this. I think girls are sat down at a very early age, and the moms and the grandmas, they probably all get together with a little tea and give them the talk.
Don't you shit in front of him.
Don't shit in front of men.
Don't you shit in front. You love him.
Don't shit in front of your man.
That's the worst if you got a hotel room with a girl. You know what I mean? You don't know her that well, and you have to shit. And there's only that one bathroom, and she might go in there afterwards. And I just make an excuse. No, I just say I got to go down to the front desk. I'm gonna tell them the clock radio's not working or some shit.
Right, and then where you go?
And she's like, "Look," she goes, "You got to run on your phone the time. What do you need the clock radio?" I don't know. I'm having a problem. Just want to make sure they didn't double bill us. And then I go in the bathroom and I just go in the bathroom in the hallway of the hotel in the lobby. Yeah,
right.
I want to make sure they didn't charge us for an extra movie.
Yeah, exactly. And then I just go.
She's like, "What's the newspaper for?"
Right.
Why are we down there so long? I saw a guy from high school I haven't seen in a while. He wouldn't shut up.
I moved something.
It's weird that he was in Omaha.
I moved something in the mini bar. I don't know. I want to make sure they didn't charge us.
Yeah, exactly. I want to know the policy. Well, you could just call. Nah, I'd rather just go down to the front. Talk.
I lifted up the M&Ms. I think if you lift them up, they charge you. So I'm going to go check on that. I don't know.
Always.
Just to take a dump.
I've farted in the middle of my sleep and have been woken up because my wife's like, Jesus Christ. And I wake up all groggy, like, what? And I guess I'm just farting while I'm sleeping.
Oh, that's when women fart.
Brutal farts. But why don't they have the brutal farts while they're sleeping?
They probably do. You just probably too knocked out. I'll hear the bed vibrate from now and again from a fart from a girl.
Yeah.
That's when, because they hold it in while they're around you when they're awake. So once they go to sleep, it's all bets are off.
Then their guard is down.
Guard is down and farts are up.
Yeah.
Farts are up.
I'm telling you.
I guess. I don't know. I just don't know when these women fucking shit and fart in general.
They do it.
I would love for a woman to call us and tell me. I know you've had
you grew up with sisters, right?
I have two sisters.
None of them used to hold you down on the ground and fart on your head like my sisters
None
did?
of that shit. I don't remember my mom ever taking a shit, matter of fact.
The worst
or
is-
having a bad fart.
The worst if you go over some chick's place and you go in their bathroom and they have magazines on the stand right by the toilet. You're like,
Right.
oh, so they're sitting here reading this shit too? Like a guy for 20 minutes?
Like a guy?
Yeah.
And then his old magazines. It's like, this is from last spring.
Yeah, Good Housekeeping.
There's got to be so much feces on this.
April 2013, a couple People magazines.
So are you convinced they get a tough one going every once in a while?
Yeah, it just...
Because I think
tough one.
That throws me for a loop when I see when the girls got the magazines in the bathroom.
I think when they do shit, they always come out just nice and easy. You think you think sometimes they have to work on one?
Yeah.
They do. The leg shaking.
Yeah.
One of those sideways ones. Sideways ones.
Or
You're like, wow, this is really fucking clogging up the sides of my walls here.
yeah, or sometimes they bend down like they're picking up a grounder. Because that gets it out easier. Sometimes I used to leave my mid on top of the toilet tank.
It's got some English on it.
God. All right. See, the women don't even want to call and tell us the secret.
Yeah, they're too busy shitting right now.
They don't want to tell us the secret. I'm telling you, I bet you they were sat down at an early age. That's one of the things they're told.
When they took the same...
Don't do it. Don't you do it.
They get the speech about the periods.
Right.
And they say, by the way,
Right.
no shitting and farting in front of them.
Exactly. I don't know.
I don't know.
So you would have a problem with the pig roast as well?
Yeah.
Well, that's good to know in a way. That's good to know.
I mean, just eat it.
I'll eat it. I just
same shit.
if it was in front of me, I wouldn't.
If I have to kill it, maybe I would. Second guess.
My wife's uncle's working on the ribs and stuff, and I'm just like, oh my God.
And it's just like a little... It's like a human body.
I'm starting to think my wife's uncle could easily be a serial killer at how he went at that fucking pig. He had no problem with it.
You realize Opie's out of his element. He's hanging out with guys from Philly.
Yes.
Yeah, they're
You know what I mean? They're fucking sawing away at a pig.
They're a bit tougher than me
And
to begin with.
Opie's making a face drinking a summer shanty.
You son of a bitch. I'll have you know I had a Bloody Mary yesterday. Notice I said, Bloody Mary. As they're pounding, going, oh, fuck, I gotta work tomorrow. And I'm like, so do I. That's why I'm not pounding Bloody Marys right now.
You had one Bloody Mary, a little bit of roast pig, and hummus.
And hummus.
And hummus.
A lot
Yeah,
of
but
hummus.
you had a long drive back with two kids in the car back to
Right. Yeah.
New York from Philly, so
That's true.
you don't want to get a good buzz on. Get
No,
stuck in that.
I can't do that shit.
How did the uncle know how to roast a pig? A whole
No, the pig was roasted. They bought it somewhere else, and it was.
roasted it.
I believe it was delivered roasted.
but it was delivered as a whole
Yeah,
pig.
I don't remember anywhere in the backyard where there was
Like a pit.
Yeah, there was no pit, so that's how they delivered.
So a
it.
whole roasted pig was delivered, and he had to sit there and slice it up like Thanksgiving with a.
He
electric-
volunteered because everyone's
amazing.
Everyone's looking around, going, "Who the fuck's cutting this thing up?" And man, did his hand go up fast.
I wouldn't even know where to start.
I had no exactly.
Where do you go?
The genitals?
Yeah, you start at the genitals. That's the
Treat it
last.
like a date.
I know.
And then he's bragging that he was just gnawing away at the kidney.
Yes.
Just gnawing away. I'm like, oh my God.
Oh, the kidney is some good eating.
I'm a P-U-S-S-Y.
It's not gutted or anything. It's like all
I don't
intact.
know. I didn't.
They might give you the pieces on the side, too.
What do you mean?
Like some of the inners.
I don't know.
They'll gut it out and then give you like the
don't know
liver,
where-
the kidney, the heart.
I don't know if he found his own kidney or if they had that on the side. I have no idea. I have a feeling he found his own kidney. I have a feeling he might have fucking cut out his own kidney for his delight.
That's some good eating.
And you would just get right in there.
Ah, yes.
Most people would. I know I'm a minority on this.
I would eat it up. Fry it up, eat it up.
But it's good to know Florentine's with me on this.
Yeah.
Could you kill it? Could you kill like any animal, a chicken, and cook it yourself?
Nah. No, I couldn't.
So you just threw it out the supermarket. Supermarket wasn't there, you'd be dead.
See, when you're on the radio, you're supposed to say, fuck yeah, I can. But no, I couldn't.
Anything you eat, could you kill anything that you usually eat?
You can cook a lobster.
I could still fish.
All right.
I could still throw a lobster in a pot of boiling water. I could do that.
And not freak out when it tries to climb out screaming for its life as it boils to death?
I could do that still. I can't hunt.
Like shoot a deer?
I saw a deer once fucking crying like a baby. It kind of haunted me ever since. I was in college.
Why was it crying?
Because it was fucking hit by a fucking car.
Oh.
We were stupid enough to stop, and this thing's crying. It cries like a baby.
And did you touch it and feel the feelings like the movie powder?
We jumped back in our car and made believe we didn't see that and said it's someone else's problem.
He touched it. It was like, I'm dying too. Powder!
We couldn't get out of there fast enough. As soon as we heard that thing cry, this is someone else's problem. Fuck that.
You can't take. I don't think you can take it if it makes noise or can make sound. Like a lobster don't make noise if you boil it up.
I understand hunting though. I'm not one of these guys telling people not to hunt. The trophy hunting, I'm still completely against. But people like Rogan and others have kind of explained it a little bit.
Right.
But I still think that's the trophy hunting thing is just a brutal thing.
I mean, in this day and age,
just brutal. But I don't know if you're out there, shooting deer and everything else, whatever.
Yeah. I'll shoot a deer.
Whatevs.
Right in the deer's ass. Eat that venison.
Have you ever hunted?
Yes. In North Carolina. With family. I have family down there.
You're from North Carolina?
My mother is.
All right.
And what'd you go hunting?
Like right off my uncle's property. He hunts every week. My Uncle Egg Salad. That's his name. Uncle Egg Salad.
What does he hunt?
If you want to hear some country shit. He hunts everything, mostly deer, though.
Really?
Yeah.
But it's like, I assume gun, not like bow hunting.
Oh, no. Well, I think he does use bow, too, but he usually uses gun.
Venison. You got any deer?
Oh, yes.
I don't like venison. Do you like it?
Yeah, I like it.
I've had it a lot because my time up in Western New York, it's all over the fucking place. So.
As long as it's not too gamey, you got to season it right.
I think, yeah. We would have like venison chili before the Bills games when we were tailgating. That shit was brutal.
It was awful?
Man, they would gobble that up like it was nothing. The grease on the top from like deer grease.
Yeah.
So it's all in spicing it, right?
Yes, definitely.
Yeah,
and preparation.
There were times I ate venison, I didn't mind it, but I never loved it. And then they would make their the homemade venison beef jerky or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
That was all right too, I guess.
A lot of meat comes off those sons of bitch.
So if you cook it right, it really is tasty?
Yeah.
Yeah, I always wanted a steak after I ate venison.
Like you wanted real meat.
Yeah, I never got into it.
What about lamb? You like lamb?
Love lamb. But if I saw that lamb face, I don't think I'd ever fucking eat it again.
Oh, they scream when you kill them.
I would imagine they would.
Oh, they scream. Why?
Love lamb. But if there was a lamb on that fucking kitchen table yesterday, I don't know. I wouldn't.
With the legs and everything?
Fuck no, man. Fuck no.
Yeah.
It was all about the face. It's all about the face. The face.
Yeah, looking back at you.
Mm-hmm. Yes, Justin. You're staring at me.
Oh, I was just looking at you. Hi.
What if you have to eat a person, like to survive in the Alps?
I probably would eat a little butt cheek, maybe. That's where.
What if it was hairy?
Yeah. Oh, God. God damn. What part of the human would you eat? No, you got to go bicep muscle first, right?
I'm dark meat. I would go thigh and butt.
Yeah, they tell you to start with the thigh and the butt.
Yeah.
That's where you're supposed to go. See, I would go the ass area last.
I would start by hiking around the area and see what I could find.
What if it's alive and you can't, basically, because there's snow everywhere?
The
and you
alive
can't move?
situation?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would eat. I would definitely eat at that point. I would eat. And go right for it. If only the scrotum was left, yes, your answer is yes, I would eat that. If
you would eat the scrotum.
If that meant when that helicopter came, I'm getting on board, yes.
What about the penis?
If that's the only piece left.
Onions.
Wouldn't that be great if the helicopter was landing and Opie's got a penis? Opie's gnawing on a penis. They got photographers in that helicopter.
Like you only been crashed for 20 minutes.
I know.
You crashed 20 minutes ago. Why are you eating a penis? We came as soon as we heard. Why you have a penis
The
sandwich?
plane's still on fire, and you're already on the guy's penis.
Oh, how funny.
He's alive. Why are you eating his penis?
Turns out you never had to eat the penis, and now you have that awkward fucking helicopter ride back to the base.
There are houses right there. Right there. You can walk to the houses.
It's a flight simulation. Why are you eating his penis?
Oh, yeah, the helicopter's above, and Opie's waving with the penis in his hand. Over here.
Where'd he get bread?
I acknowledge that I saw the helicopter, but I'm still taking a few bites.
Yeah. Hey, boys.
What?
Hey, pull up a chair.
Oh, shit. Let's say hi to... The phones are lit on the pig thing, man. Let's say hi to John in Texas. John.
Hey, how you guys doing?
Hey, buddy.
Just to let you know, they leave the kidneys attached, especially for an animal you're going to roast, to let you know the health of the animal.
Oh, yeah.
And they're in good shape. It lets you know this animal is healthy and not.
But how do you know how healthy the pig is by looking at the kidneys before you roast it?
How red they are?
It's all in the coloring of the kidneys.
Yeah.
You know, if the
I would
kidneys are discolored, then, probably sick.
Yeah, no, we didn't. I don't think they roasted it from scratch. I believe that's how it came. So.
Right, guys.
Whatever. Everyone enjoyed the party. Most people enjoyed the pig.
I would have loved some of that pig. Loved it. Ate the shit out of it.
Yeah. You want to learn about girls and their pooping?
Yes.
This guy, Ken in Michigan, I don't have time for you, but he says, I was shocked how many people love pig at my first roast. I'm not shocked at people loving, the meat from a pig roast.
Yeah, I like it. I like
I'm
the
not
whole
shocked
roast
by
part
it.
of it. I like that it's fucking... It feels like back in the day in the wild, roasting a big animal like you just caught it.
Yeah.
I would stab the shit out of a pig and roast it.
No problem, right?
Nope.
Karen on Long Island. Karen.
Hi, boys.
Hey.
So I was in a long-term relationship, and I just told my boyfriend early, and I said, girls don't poop. I don't care what you've heard. We don't.
You don't. So you're not going to give the secret away. Did they sit you down as a little girl and explain all this to you?
No, there was no talk when I was a kid. You just sort of figure it out. You just figure out that girls really aren't allowed to have any bodily functions at all, or else you get dumped. I have walked the equivalent of a half a mile across one side of the hotel to the other, like where the room was, to the lobby. To drop a deuce. I've done it.
Karen, I think we passed each other in the lobby.
Yeah, thanks for the newspaper, Jim. I needed something
As
to read.
Florentine was asking about extra charges on his bill. What the fuck?
So would you bring a newspaper in the bathroom too?
Oh, man. It's brutal.
She's gone.
Yeah, that's funny. Off to Twitter, Ian is WAF4, I guess. What a shitty Twitter handle, man. If you're going to be on Twitter, make it easy for everybody.
That's what you think.
It says, @Sherrod_small. They shit when they shower. It's why it takes so long when they're in there.
That's true. Yeah, they double down.
Because that gives the reason why they're in the bathroom. I'm going to go shower.
Right.
And then what? They must shit before the shower.
Right.
Then you take the long fucking shower.
But put the shower water on.
So they don't know. Yes.
So you don't hear the toilet flushing.
Right.
And if you're going to do a courtesy flush, there's going to be like 2 or 3 flushes in there.
Tommy from Brooklyn. Tommy wants in. I like this Tommy cat. Tommy, go ahead, buddy.
Good morning. Good morning.
Tommy.
I remember, weren't you going out with a Greek girl? Didn't you ever have Easter there?
I never went with a Greek. I might have been with a few Greeks over the years when I was putting up numbers.
Okay.
When the Opster was putting up numbers, but not long enough to go to an Easter dinner with one. Wow, no.
Yeah, they do a full lamb on the spit on Easter.
That must be delicious.
That's got to be good.
It is. It's real good. All right. I just,
yeah, no.
Oh, full lamb on the grill? Any full thing. I don't eat any full fucking animal on the grill.
Yeah, I'm admitting I'm a pussy. Jesus. I'm looking at some Twitter mentions here. I'm admitting I'm a pussy. They're calling me city boy. I'm from Long Island. I'm not really a city boy. But I don't know. I think this was the first time I saw a fucking pig roasted.
Take a look on the Twitter sheet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a photo on there of a pig split open.
Right.
For Christmas Eve. But look at all the guts and all that.
This is from Christmas Eve in Miami this past year. This is, if you go to @dballs with a Z _78, dballs _78. What the fuck?
Look at all the junk inside.
What is that? A roasted one or not roasted yet? Like,
I don't know.
I don't know.
It's all gutty.
Yeah, there's a lot of guts in there.
This one's a bit gutty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right,
I'll fry up some of that offal. Put that offal in a pan, fry it up with some onions.
Is that potatoes down near his balls?
It looks like potatoes, or that's what the inside of a pig looks like.
Yeah,
I can't tell.
I think that's some garnishing going on.
Oh, you think?
Yeah.
It's a yellow, though.
Wow. That's a good feast right there.
Yeah, but
there's a potato in the ass. Look right there at the ass.
Oh, you never had pig potato ass?
No, I never. Look right there.
Yeah.
There's a potato in the ass.
Fine example without the E on the end on Twitter. Fine example without the E on the end. He writes, @Opie Radio, don't be such a fucking baby. Pig gel bacon is delicious.
Pig gel bacon?
All right. I could eat bacon every day, but hell to the no on the whole pig. That's TJW 1969. Whatever.
I mean, if we didn't we had to kill our own food, half the people in America would be vegetarians.
Oh, they say all that. It's all in the presentation.
Yeah.
Right?
If you have to kill it, you have to go out there and run and shoot.
Let me tell you how much of a PUSSY I am. Even when I go to some of these restaurants and they bring the whole fish out with the tail and the fucking...
You tell them chop it off?
The face is still on it. I'm like... I'll eat that, but...
You eat the eyeballs of the fish? No, fried up eyeballs?
I've tried some of that
so
shit.
So good.
Where they take that stupid knife and they start poking away, like I said, the cheek meat, and then they go, oh, you might want to try the eyelid, too. The fuck do I want to try the eyelid?
It's good. Good eating.
But when you have sushi, do you have, like, roe on the outside, which is all eggs?
Yeah, I do the roe.
Dead baby fish eggs.
I'm a hypocrite. Yeah, I eat a lot of shit.
I love that stuff, too, and then you realize that's all dead baby fish you're eating.
Oh, that's some good eating. Dead baby fish? I mean, give me dead baby anything.
I thought it was like fish cum.
Well, that's better. You were fine with that?
Fish cum.
It goes down good with a summer shanty. What about a California roll? What's in that? I'll eat that shit.
You don't eat sushi?
A little bit.
Yeah.
There's no roe in that.
What is this guy? He's still surfing Marine back on board 11 months after injury. Okay. All right. It's a Marine. I was ready to yell and scream. I thought it was a guy that had, 2 legs bitten off by a shark and decided he has to go back in the water. It's a Marine, though, so of course I'm not messing with that. That's very different.
Well, come from him. He's up there climbing with no legs?
2 legs, yeah. Yeah, he's wow.
Wow, look at the legs.
That's pretty impressive.
They made him black for a black dude. You got black dude fake legs. We came so far.
They got to make them in colors.
Well, you would assume, but Band-Aids took 50 years to do it.
You know what? I saw my first one only recently. You're right.
Really?
He's right.
They finally...
Why wouldn't they do that earlier?
You would think day one.
That's hilarious.
I had no idea they make black guy Band-Aids.
Finally.
Look, as a white guy, I wouldn't want 2 black legs. It's not being racist. I'd rather, can you at least kind of match me?
Like white legs?
I'd rather, yeah.
But they're just fake legs, so why would you care?
Because I want to show them off. I'm always going to wear shorts, so maybe I can get laid. Some girls like, I feel bad for me,
What if they came in camouflage or something like that, polka dot? You would take those, or Yankee fake legs.
But Sherrod's right. They didn't make black legs until recently.
Maybe he just spray painted them.
No, yeah, then it's gonna be off.
Yeah, you think so?
You would see an amputee with a fake leg walking down the street with a white leg.
Yeah,
you would absolutely see that until recently.
Yeah,
then they decided, well, we probably should,
I guess they
color
lose
this
limbs
up a little
too.
bit. Right. I guess they're people too. All right.
Yeah, you didn't even have the choice. Either you had like a metal leg or the white leg.
Right.
That's it.
We should take our first break. Sherrod Small killing it today. Don't forget to check out Race Wars. They got a 4-week run, and then we got to figure it out after that.
Yes, we ain't going nowhere.
I heard week 1 was. I listened to not all of it. I heard a nice chunk, and the feedback on it was great.
It was great.
So you and Kurt Metzger will be doing Race Wars again this Wednesday at 9:00.
Indeed. We got Robert George coming in, too, from the New York Post.
He wrote a great article on the Amy Schumer bullshit.
Yes.
And did you read over the weekend that the Amy Schumer broad from the Washington Post never saw her comedy?
Oh, yeah, never saw the routine that she was talking about.
She had a lot of fucking things to say about something she never even watched or heard.
How do you not do research on her before you read the article, especially someone that's got that much stuff out there?
Yes. And about the joke, why not watch the special that you're referring to in the article?
She caused a lot of problems, and it turns out she doesn't really know the first thing about Amy Schumer's act.
Well, it's because they didn't care. She has a big movie coming out, and they want to just take a shot at somebody.
Yeah, see what stick.
What was the headline for the people? If you go to the Intero Bank, sorry, I always fuck that up on Ron Bennington. It's the Inter INTERROBANG.com. It's a great little website. Washington Post writer who accused Amy Schumer of racism never saw her stand-up or TV show.
Ain't that always the way?
Caused all sorts of fucking problems, and she doesn't know the first thing about it. That's unbelievable.
You know what this columnist needs, right? Some dick.
You think so?
Gotta be. He's fucking going after another bitch for. You've been rubbing your own twat too much? She needs a little ding-a-ling.
You know what was interesting about that interview? Is that she said that she was originally approached to do the article, and she said she didn't want to do it.
Oh.
Because she didn't know anything about Amy Schumer.
Oh, fair enough.
And then she got squeezed?
Yeah. And then she, started seeing, some of this, racist talk online, and then she's like, all right, I'll do it.
And took the low road.
Yep.
And then wonder why you don't get paid equal pay. Wonder why you don't get paid equal pay.
Right. Okay. Let's see. On UNVME 1616 on Twitter, Opie Radio. Getting a lot of cheap plugs from my Twitter. Oh, yeah. I'm with you. I won't eat anything that looks same alive as it does on my plate. G. Palantino. I'm married with 2 kids. After seeing my wife give birth twice, she can shit whenever she wants. I wasn't really allowed to look.
Now that I don't know if I can look at.
I saw that twice. It's the worst thing I've ever seen.
You're supposed to be behind them. I was behind.
I was behind.
So you don't see it. You just...
I was
behind the wall in the lobby, nigga, waiting.
See, I didn't want to get hit with anything. I wasn't going to be in the front.
I took a little peek. Those vaginas are amazing. What they could turn into. Oh my God! Let's just put it that way.
It's like
a mess. It can turn into a mess.
It's like a junkyard. It's horrible. But if you saw this in a movie, you would think, oh, that would never happen. Seeing like a little person crawl out of another person, just pull out. Oh, it's horrible.
Remember Kourtney Kardashian, when she gave birth, she pulled it out herself like a fucking chimpanzee?
Really?
Yeah, she yanked it out herself.
She yanked it out herself, Ope.
What'd she do, one of those home delivery things?
No, she was in the hospital, but she just pulled it.
No kidding.
It's the worst.
You know what it looked like? You know when you're in gym class and somebody holds your leg, you do a handstand, somebody hold your leg, you hold their leg, and you do a turn like this, fucking flipping. That's what it looked like when I pull them out. They're going to roll down a hallway.
No kidding.
Holding each other's ankles.
I have a photo of one of my kids being born. So you see the vagina, and it's stretched out as big as it can go, and you just see a head coming out.
I can make it get bigger.
It's the worst thing I've ever seen in my life. I don't even know who took the photo. Honestly, I didn't have a camera, so I don't know who took the photo. It was horrible.
Yeah. Did you see, Ope? Did you see when your kid came out?
A little bit. I mean, I had strict orders. I had to stay up near the shoulder.
Yes.
I was allowed to hold the upper part of her arm. Boy, I was a big help.
Why would you want to see that?
She didn't need help with her bicep.
Yeah, I know.
But, she strict orders. But I took a couple peeks. You have to peek a little.
You have to be there for support.
You're not going to see that anytime soon, so you might as well take a look.
Even when we watched that in class in high school, and after birth and all that, it's like, what the fuck?
Did you guys ever hear when you go to baby classes? Who went to baby classes?
I went to baby classes.
So, I think it was, it must have been the first kid, because by the second kid, I don't need baby classes anymore, because you sort of know the routine. We're in this room, and they're going through all the bullshit, and then they're like, okay, it's time for the film where we're going to show an actual birth, right?
Right.
And we're all sitting there with our wives and girlfriends that are 7-8 months pregnant, so they're fucking in the miserable stage of their pregnancy.
Right.
And then they go, if anyone is squeamish and doesn't want to see this, they don't have to. Just raise your hand and you could leave at this point. a dude raises his fucking hand.
What an idiot! What an
One
idiot!
dude raises his hand, and all the moms to be are under their breath like, you son of a fucking bitch.
you
You know
put it
what
in
we're
this
going through
predicament,
right now, and you can't handle a lousy movie. This guy actually raised his hand, and I look at my wife. I'm like, if I wasn't able to handle that, I would have just closed my eyes. I wouldn't be the guy raising my hand and walking out.
Oh, he walked out too.
Yes, now she looked like she was going any hour. She has to sit there by herself because her man can't handle the squeamish fucking giving birth video. And she had to watch it by herself.
I respect that dude for being the one dude. Like,
you
know
really?
what? Because he was the one dude.
Yeah,
the
he's
one
like,
dude.
Too bad.
And all I was like this. Damn, I should have said that.
Right.
We had gone to the class, and before they even played all that stuff, somebody stood in front of the classroom and said, there's a statistical chance that your kid may have 6 fingers and 6 toes. And they showed the slide of that. And then they said, or a normal kid, but could have like very large nipples. And then they showed a kid with like salad plate size nipples. And then they said, or you could have this. And they show like a really hairy baby. And they're like, so don't panic. And it just scared the shit out of me.
How do you not panic?
I just couldn't think of anything but that hairy baby and the big nipples after that.
I went
that's
to
the
like
kid you give back.
like a natural childbirth. We were trying to do that thing. So, those classes, and then they're showing videos and giving babies at home, delivering babies at home, and they were like from the 80s on like a VHS tape. She was popping in. So it was these women with these huge hairy snatches.
Right.
You couldn't even see the baby. I mean, I don't think they ever shaved once.
Right.
And you see the thing coming out. It was disgusting. Brutal.
So the guy that was delivering my my firstborn was trained by my dad. My dad is a gynecologist and an obstetrician.
He loves pussy.
Loves pussy.
Yeah.
So the kid's coming out. My wife's screaming. Everything's up. And the doctor's all in scrubs. My dad's just dressed. And the guy said, John, you want to jump in? And my dad just took his shirt off. And all of a sudden, he's in my wife. Like, no one asked me. No one asked my wife. My dad is now delivering. He didn't even wash his hands.
Oh, that's great.
Wait, that's weird. You said my dad took his shirt off and then was in my wife.
Yeah. That's it. Yeah. Oh, I know what I said. It's burned in my head.
That sneaky fucking bastard.
Yeah.
By the way, I did go out with a girl that had a 6-pack of toes.
No.
Yes, I did.
What, did she tell
both?
you, or did you discover it?
I don't remember. This is college years. Her and her brother had the 6-pack. But they were smart enough to have one removed. So it looked, I mean, the foot looked relatively normal. You could tell where, like, the extra one used to be.
She was hard to push down. She had crazy balance.
But she had the 6-pack. Yep.
On
Born
both
with the
feet?
6-pack.
Oh, 1 foot.
Now you're calling me out. Now I don't remember.
She showed it to you.
I would assume it would be boff feet. Wow. She showed me where it used to be, and you could see like you could see that was slightly off. But I mean, I've seen women's feet that are just a disaster that only had the 5.
Yeah,
we're born with the 5 in their fucking a disaster.
Yeah.
So
I never looked down that far.
I remember a kid who had 6 fingers.
Fingers?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, this was in elementary school. This was when I was young, but yeah, it was weird. He wasn't in my class, but he was in my school.
Don't you think that's got to be like some kind of twin thing that never like fully developed? To have the 6?
Yeah, could be.
That's a toe from, that was supposed to be part of your twin brother.
Like he absorbed his fucking twin?
I don't know. Well,
in utero?
You've seen those fucking people that have like half a fucking skull sticking out of their back?
Yeah. Or they find the twin in the brain.
Oh, my God.
Is that about to pop up on the screen right now? If that
You've never seen this?
I know. I don't know if I want to see it either.
You've never seen it?
Can we roast them like a pig?
And a lot of times they don't operate, and sometimes like the faces kind of move a little bit.
What? No, I never seen that.
You have never seen this shit?
I've seen heads stuck together. I've never seen somebody with a face on their back that kind of mumbles.
There you go.
Oh, no.
It's, the parasitic twin. Put parasitic twin in the Google search. And then you'll really see some shit.
Mother Nature is an evil, evil cunt.
Where you have to you have to live your life with, look at this kid.
What? Is that an arm coming out of his stomach?
Arm. He's got 2 legs of click on that picture.
I can't even look close to the screen.
This is real shit. That was supposed to be his twin brother. So
What?
So he just lives with, like, out of his right nipple is 2 legs dangling, a small ass, and then 2 things that look like were supposed to be arms.
Why wouldn't they take that off of that boy?
I don't, because they live in a third world country.
I mean,
You take a machete that they use to chop open whatever they do, and you chop that shit off.
Yeah.
he's got a butt coming out of his chest.
Yes. There are some that have little heads that are, like, sticking out of the chest a little bit or out of the back. Yeah.
What
Yes.
the fuck is that?
I know.
What? It looked like he was trying to jump through a time portal.
Eric and I went to school with a girl who had a belly button on her back. In
On her back?
Yeah, in elementary school.
See, that's what I'm talking about. That type of shit.
Yeah.
An innie or outie?
It was an innie.
On her back.
She had one in the front too, so she had 2.
Actually, I don't remember. Do you remember that, Eric?
I don't know. We can ask Terry.
Was it at the same level as on the front?
It was on her back, and everyone would go up. It was elementary school, and say, "Can you show us a belly button on your back?" And then she'd lift up the back of her shirt. And there was a belly button there.
Man,
that's all she got every day.
What is going on? Why would
I would cover that with a tramp stamp. That was hard.
Making like a basketball hoop?
Basketball hoop.
Put a backboard behind it. Fucking A. Man, I'll never get that little boy's chest ass out of my mind.
Yeah, chest ass.
What?
Yep.
And his dangling legs.
Yep. I got a cheap plug from Instagram. I'm going to actually put the picture up of our pig from our pig roast yesterday, because now it's a famous pig.
All right,
now that we talked about it.
Yeah.
Opie Radio and Instagram. Cheap plug, I get it. I'm close to 50 G's. Let's get the 50 G's done today. What do you say?
I think you can do it. I think you can do it.
That's a nice round number for my Instagram.
Put a picture of a roasted babe.
God, the Twitter. Wow. Talking about shitting and pig roast. Wow.
We've had a very strong start today.
That was somebody's album, wasn't it? Was it Florentine?
It was a Slipknot record. Shitting and pig
All right,
roast.
so we took care. Anything else you got, Sherrod?
Yeah, what?
The race wars is going to,
Yes.
we're hoping that it becomes a regular thing, but there's no commitment yet. We got a 4-week run,
Right.
so we're going to go hard, and hopefully, the bosses down the hall will see what I see.
Use the race card.
Yeah.
See what I did?
You and Kurt Metzger killing it on Wednesday at 9:00.
Yes.
All right?
Wednesday, 9:00, yes.
And that's it.
I got something else. I'm on some show. I got a segment on
You're
the
always
Bianca
on
show.
some show.
That's what.
You
That's
and
how.
your
That's
some
how I hustle.
shows.
Bianca show on. I think it's Epics or something. But I got a segment on there.
You're the go-to guy.
Dear Sherrod, I'm giving advice.
Nice.
I gotta give back.
I hear you, Florentine. What do you got?
This Thursday, Improv in Hollywood, California. Me, Morgan Murphy, and Jason Lawhead. Big show.
And
Love Morgan.
And then July 23rd to 26th, Funny Bone, Omaha, Nebraska. And I'm in Amy's movie. So it's coming out this Friday.
That's right.
I got a little cameo.
Yes, you did very well. We're going to the premiere tomorrow.
That's
I'm
tomorrow,
going.
Yeah.
I think tomorrow we got Bill Hader in studio. We were supposed to have Judd Apatow today, but is he definitely coming in this week?
Wednesday.
He is coming in? He
Yep.
rescheduled? All right, great.
Wednesday.
Yeah, this train wreck's going to be going to do very, very well.
I believe so.
Very, very well. So, Kenny's coming in with something. Kenny.
Uh-oh.
Mr. Norton might not be in today.
That's what I thought.
Is he all right?
Did the charges come down?
I don't know. He just texted me the address of the doctor. If anything happens, I know where to claim his corpse.
We had his colonoscopy this morning.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I have to get an autograph book from that guy.
For Randy.
Yeah, so please.
I didn't think he was going to make it.
He's
How do you
very
do a
upset.
colonoscopy and then come in here?
And then 10 minutes later, come in and
don't
do
they
radio.
drug you up?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're all
You
groggy.
get propofol.
Yeah, I remember I had to pick up my brother and then drag him to my apartment. And he was a mess for a few hours.
Really?
Yeah, well, Johnny Bram Muffins has to escort him.
Oh, really?
After the anesthesia, yeah.
Nice. All right.
So, I don't know if he'll make it or not.
That's fair enough. Tell him to relax.
Oh, little Norty.
We got this, and then little Jimmy will be back tomorrow. We got Randy Blythe from Lamb of God coming in.
It's going to be a great story.
Yeah, I can't wait to meet him. Corey Taylor was great, and now I look forward to meeting Randy. So
You should have some good stories, right?
now I like Lamb of God. I couldn't tell you one fucking song. I couldn't say, hey, let's play this right now. But when I hear the Lamb of God, I do like them.
No, they're a big band. They're not as big as Slipknot, but they're big.
Right.
They're a thrash band.
Speaking
and, they've been around a while. huge audience. And then this Randy story, we didn't even get into it. I was getting into it earlier,
right?
About the shit that went down.
So why don't we talk about it a little bit after the break to refresh people's memories, or maybe
because if you don't know the story, it's fucking fascinating.
So let's talk about it a little bit after the break.
Yes,
right? Just to get everyone up to speed. Just got a text from E-Rock, who's on the couch, texting me. Hi, E-Rock. I want to talk to you about Comic-Con after the break. You just got back from San Diego, right?
Yeah.
But he texted me. He says, "That's some pig coming out, by the way." If you want, we have Richard Cheese performing his lounge version of Slipknot's "People Equal Shit" live in studio. That's the song you referenced, so it's perfect. We go full circle here today. Do we? Can we find that? Travis has it. Oh, he has it ready to go. I think so. Richard Cheese doing Slipknot's "People Equal Shit" as we go to break.
Okay, good.
We got Sherrod Small and Jim Florentine today.
In the building.
Norton's not going to make it today.
So what's going on with Norton?
He's just getting a colonoscopy, checking things out. He's all right.
Up in his booty hole?
But he was telling everyone, I'll make it in by 9:30. And we're all thinking, how the fuck are you going to have a colonoscopy and make it in by 9:30? Because he really wants to talk to Randy Blythe from Lamb of God, which is going down in about an hour.
Well, they drug him up and everything for that, right?
Well, he just tweeted, go to Jim Norton on Twitter. Why the fuck are doctors always so late? This is as close as I'll get to interviewing Randy Blythe today, as he holds up his book for the Twitter. Oh. So it's not happening. Oh, wait, and now he just tweeted 19 minutes ago, I've been here since 6:40 a.m. and haven't eaten since Saturday. I am becoming enraged very quickly.
Oh, man.
Yes. Oh, I'm so happy.
And I texted him. I wrote, are you all right? He hasn't written me back yet, so I don't think he's all right. I think he's a bit pissed off right now.
You don't want to piss a guy off before you go digging around up his butt.
No.
You want him pretty relaxed.
Yes. But first of all, do you not supposed to eat like 3 days before you have
At least 2, I think.
Yeah.
I think it's like 48 hours, something
You got to
like
take
that.
some crazy medicine that cleans you out, right?
Oh, yeah.
It's bad, right?
Yeah, some liquid stuff. But I was, like I said last week on the air, I'm like, he's had other things in his ass. Does he really need a painkiller? Whatever they're going to give him, whatever that Michael Jackson stuff.
So you said it's not his ass's maiden voyage?
It's already broken in.
Okay.
Why can't it just slip it in? And he should be in and out of there in like 2 minutes. There should be no prep work.
You're right. But no, they gotta fill him up with dry. I don't know how he thought he was gonna walk in here after that.
We were trying to kind of hint at that, but whatever. Kenny, we have an update.
Well, no, but I'll tell you something interesting.
Yes.
Before we went to Atlantic City, we stopped at the drugstore and he filled a prescription with the medicine.
So he had to do his Saturday shows without eating?
No. He ate like a pig on Saturday.
Okay.
Knowing that
was it.
That was
for a
it.
while.
Yeah, so after the show, we watched the UFC fights.
Which were amazing, by the way.
Well, I don't agree with the stoppage.
No. You don't like stoppage?
No, Herb Dean is notorious for that. I don't like him for that reason. I mean, the fight before that, Rory McDonald's nose gets pummeled flat.
Fuck,
and he's almost bleeding to death.
Did you see him feeling to see if he still had a nose?
Yeah. They don't stop that.
Right.
All right, but Chad Mendez gets one punch knocked down, and he was covering up and got 3 glancing blows, and Herb Dean stops at 3 seconds left in the round. I don't agree with that.
You're not a fan of Herb Dean?
No, for that reason. But anyway, the point is, Mr. Norton ordered room service.
Yeah.
And he really pigged out. He even treated himself to some ice cream.
Aww.
And then after the fights, we drove home.
Yeah.
And, Mr. Norton is lactose intolerant.
Yes,
so he is.
That's why I said, aw.
Very putrid farts on the ride home.
Yeah.
That Johnny Bram muffins
He didn't like them.
Oh, no. He doesn't like that stuff at all. Not at all. I built up a tolerance, but Johnny Bram muffins.
So was he locking the windows so John
I
smell
was
them?
instructed to lock the windows.
You are.
Norton has farted so much in here, I could take a Norton fart, no fucking problem. But like if Florentine farted right now or Sherrod, I'd be out of my mind. Yeah, it's the new fart smells that are brutal.
Yeah.
But then I texted Norton and asked him how the shitting was going.
Yeah.
Because I know when I had my colonoscopy, like that stuff tastes horrible. You just have to choke it down.
Yeah,
Is it liquid?
That's like chalky shit.
Yeah. And I was shitting. As soon as I stopped drinking, I started shitting. Right, so I texted Norton, how's the shitting going? He goes, I don't know. I took it 90 minutes ago. I haven't shit yet. So I don't know what happened. He goes, but I did take a massive dump earlier in the day because he's been doing Metamucil.
How was the Borgata shows?
Great.
I forgot I had the pig roast, so I couldn't go down. I was hoping to get down there Saturday, but it wasn't in the cards.
Yeah, no.
But the shows were good.
2 great shows at the Borgata Hotel.
Who opened the shows?
A Philly broad named Mary Radzinski.
I don't know her.
Do I know? Is that the Mary we met in
Somerville?
In Somerville, yeah. She's funny, man.
She opened for Norton when he taped the special.
This Mary broad is funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
She warmed up the crowd, like
we use her
Kenny
quite
said.
often.
Yes. Wasn't she from like the Buffalo area for a little
she
while
was
or
from
something?
Up there. That's where we originally met her, but she lives in Philly now.
Yeah. I know her. I haven't seen her in a while. She's doing well.
Yes.
Really funny.
Yeah.
And Norton killed it. That's great.
Yeah. And there's another funny story, but I'll let Jim tell it tomorrow.
Could you give us a hint?
Well, there might have been a deaf interpreter at the show. This was a first for us.
There might have been. This was a first for us.
Yeah, I've had those before on stage. With me. Yeah, I had those before.
They sat in a chair right in front of the stage.
Oh, that's not too
put
distracting.
A little spotlight on him.
What?
Yeah.
Did he acknilage it?
Yes, he did. Very
you
well
have
with
to.
that.
You have to.
You got to acknowledge that.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
He ripped him to shreds.
he probably wasn't happy about it.
No, he didn't care.
Okay.
He didn't care, but I
mean, happy because it's got to be a distraction for you guys.
I had one on stage with me when I did the university.
Really?
And I just kept saying jerk off so you get them seated. They're going to do this for an hour. Fucking great.
Well,
Nice.
they actually had 2 of them that tag team because their hands get tired.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I imagine so for like after an hour 20.
So what do? They like do 20 minutes each and keep switching off or something?
They just switch back and forth.
All right. Speaking of UFC, CM Punk says he hopes to make his UFC debut in December. What do you think of CM Punk in the UFC? I guess nobody knows what to think. We don't know what he could do.
I don't know much about him. Like, I've known he's been on this radio show numerous times.
Right.
But I suffer from lack of knowledge when it comes to CM Punk.
Okay.
Well, but no one knows really where he's at with his
his skills.
His skills as far as the UFC goes.
Right.
So I think that's a.
Well, who's he going to fight when his debut?
And he's hoping. So I don't know. I don't think they've picked anybody yet for him. But he's training hard. He's taking it very seriously. So he says, "I would love to fight tomorrow, but I want to be as prepared as I possibly can be, and I will be. I'm still shooting for December. It might be January. I'm not sure, but I'll be ready when I fight." So he's taking it very.
So
very
is he
seriously.
in yet? He's not in.
Well, I mean, the UFC kind of they signed him, I guess, right?
Okay.
And then he's training, and when they feel like he's ready, they're going to give him a fight. I think that's what's going on with that.
Yeah, I'll probably put him up against someone, kind of like a dud, maybe.
Yeah, but then you're the dud they picked. I don't think CM Punk would want that.
Well, I mean, somebody that's.
I don't think CM Punk wants the world to know, like, oh, they gave me a dud.
Well, he's not
that
title match.
He's not that type of guy. So they need to find that the right guy where there's some respect there.
Yeah,
I don't know. It's going to be very interesting, but that's still at least 4 or 5 months away. Let's say hi to Steve in New Brunswick. Steve.
Hey guys.
Hey.
Tommy Mid Power Bar. First time calling, listening to that 10 years. Just want to say that Jimmy killed it.
Killed it at the Borgata?
Absolutely killed it. One of the funniest shows I've ever been to, and I've been to a lot of shows.
Nice. Very nice.
That's Jimmy, man. Jimmy's a monster out there.
I know.
Jimmy's the shit.
I'm telling you.
So, all right.
I don't want to ruin anything, but there was one thing. They had a deaf interpreter. When Jimmy comes back, you could have him talk about it.
Oh, yeah, Kenny kind of mentioned it, so I can't wait for Jimmy to talk about that tomorrow.
That was literally one of the funniest things I've ever seen in my life.
God, I wonder if anyone taped that. I would love to see that.
Yes.
Someone must have snuck their camera up for a little bit. Give me a taste of that.
Maybe.
All right, Steve, thank you. Although we don't encourage you to,
tape the shows,
tape the comics and put it online. It's not cool for these guys.
No,
it hurts their fucking business. All right. X-Pac. I want to say happy birthday to X-Pac.
Really?
Our new pal. He's 43 today.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Sean.
I know it's his birthday. He's a good dude, man. I like that dude.
He's a solid dude.
He's the best.
Yeah, he tweeted at me a couple days ago with a video that came out of China admitting that she was in on the sex tape.
Really?
After all that. Yeah, she was talking outside, I think, the Viper Room or something in Hollywood.
I had a feeling. I trusted him more.
That video was making the rounds for the last few days.
I trusted him when he was telling us the story when she was in studio.
That was unbelievable.
That was unbelievable. That was uncomfortable as shit.
We've had some fucking fun in the past year, but that was one of the big highlights. Holy shit. Those two going at it.
It was surreal.
Wow.
I felt like a fly on the wall, just sitting back.
Yeah, I didn't hear that.
Oh,
China was just motherfucking him, and then everybody in the studio. We all have his numbers, and we're all texting him and writing him, and then he called in the show, surprised her. First time they've fucking talked in years.
In years.
Wow.
Jim, it was fucking brutal.
The video's on my YouTube channel. It's doing very well. It still does well. It's still doing like 5,000 views a day. The wrestling people are eating it up.
All the wrestling rags, it was front page.
Yeah, he came across way more believable than her. So.
I'm telling you.
She seems like she
I
still
wanted
has
to
some
believe
things
her.
to work out, right?
I really wanted to believe her, but you could tell something was off.
I like her.
I like her.
She's been on the show a bunch, but I don't know. I think she's still got some things to fucking work through. But, I mean, we're guaranteed to be part of that documentary.
That's right. You can't take that part out.
We got a guarantee on that one.
Are they filming?
Yeah, they were.
It's brutal.
It was unbelievable, really. So happy birthday to Sean.
Now, wait a minute. With a documentary now, does Sean have to sign off on it, or?
I'm sure he'll sign off on that. I don't know how that works.
I don't know how that works either. I thought with the new documentary show, you would have checked into the legalities.
I only did one doc show.
That's enough.
We'll do another one in a few weeks.
Very excited.
So do you need, like, consent to somebody to sign off if you tape them?
I'm sure you do.
Yeah, we signed. No, we didn't sign. I'm going to hold out. Let's hold out.
That's right.
Let's fucking be the holdouts. Or make them blur out our faces.
Yeah.
Yeah. Caitlyn Jenner won't face felony charges for fatal crash.
I knew it. Because all the eyewitnesses couldn't identify it now.
But what about Bruce?
That's not him.
Bruce should be charged.
That's not the driver I saw. He's brilliant. Son of a bitch.
That's why he got the surgery.
Maybe.
He got off.
He got off.
He's like, it wasn't me. What are you talking about?
He said it was a man.
Did you see what came out over the weekend?
No.
He's already in love?
No.
I'm sorry.
She.
I'm still going he.
I mean,
There's
I understand.
a penis there.
It is still?
I think so.
With a girl or guy he's in love with.
Look, man, Caitlyn Jenner won't face. Okay, you got to find the other one.
I know what it is.
Caitlyn Jenner is with another.
Transgender.
Transgender. Thank you.
Okay.
So couldn't he? He could have probably saved a lot of time if he just said he was gay. I think. I mean, I don't know.
Could have just put a wig on.
Right.
It is gay, right?
I don't. The more I look into this, and after that Diane Sawyer interview, it looked like he had one of those fathers that was not going to accept a gay kid.
Yeah.
So I just wonder if he's just gay and now he's just messed up in the head through all these years.
So wait, is she in love with the
Caitlyn Jenner,
the actress chick, the transgender actress, the famous actress who's behind her in the picture right there?
Amazing chemistry alert. Is Caitlyn Jenner dating transgender actress Candace Cain?
Candace Cain is a big star.
I don't know. On what?
I think we need Norton to answer this, but I'm going to say stuff.
Look up Candace Cain. Why is she a big star?
She did a lot of movies and whatnot. That's what it is.
So Bruce Jenner is now Caitlyn Jenner.
Yes.
Still has a penis, and now is dating someone else that still has a penis. In the end. So what does that mean?
So they both still have penises.
Bonsai? I don't know. What fucking means.
What does that mean? Could he saved a lot of time if he just decided to be a gay guy?
So, but he wants to live as a woman.
But does he? In the end, he's telling people he wants to.
Does he pee standing up or sitting down?
What's going on in his head is my question.
Florentine,
I don't know. Can you be a guy and live like a woman?
Yes.
Can you be a guy and live like a woman? Yes.
I think so.
You know, drink craft beers.
And I think that
macrame, do a lot of macrame.
Yoga, CrossFit.
Yes. Complain.
Bug
me.
But didn't Bruce say...
Ask if we can have a talk.
But didn't Bruce say that he was going to still date women?
That's what he... But you knew that was a smoke screen.
So...
Yeah, he said that at the beginning.
So when he was a dude, he was dating women and married women.
Right.
So now that he's a chick, he's dating transgenders.
He was married, what, 3 or 4 times
I
or
think
something?
4.
See, nothing gayer than getting married to a woman 4 times. Marrying 4 different women is like you're a homosexual.
That's covering up for something,
Yeah.
right?
You're bearding it out.
Something's going on.
Look, marriage is not for you.
Yeah.
After 2, 3?
All right.
Now, does this
I think 1 is good enough. But, I mean, if you squeeze out a second one, okay.
Yeah.
But after that, man.
After that, it's like, what are you hiding from?
I think I'm with you. I think I'm with you.
What are you running from?
I think you could squeeze out 2 because you settled when you were younger and didn't really know yourself yet, and you're a little older now, and you got the first out of the way, and then the second one you really understand shit better. But after that, I don't know.
Some
I don't know what
guys
the fuck's
need
going
it.
on in your head.
Some guys need a woman.
Why not just date at that point?
They, you know,
after you get you go through
date.
2 bad ones.
They like the idea of marriage.
Yeah.
Or the woman puts pressure on them, and they're afraid to go back out there.
Yeah.
You know, where's this relationship going? You've had those talks before, Sherrod, right?
Yes, and I skate. I bounce.
You never want to get married.
I mean,
I was with somebody I knew I didn't want to get married to, and I just started buying bigger and bigger gifts for distractions.
to keep her off of it.
Yeah. When she was looking for the ring, I'm like, oh, well, here's a car.
Yeah, you got to keep topping. Yeah, you got to keep topping yourself.
Oh, shit.
Because you can't come from, like, you know, a trip to, like, St. Martin and then come back with a sweater 3 months later for Christmas for her. You got to fucking top that trip, and that's the ring.
That's the problem, man. And it starts off slow, and then you realize, oh, fuck, I'm running out of big gifts.
It snowballs.
Yep. Because I always wanted to be married. I got married later on in life. Well, obviously, most people know that, but yeah.
You always wanted to be.
Yeah, but I was with the wrong one, and I just kept getting bigger and bigger gifts.
How did that break off?
All of a sudden, we're on a cruise in the Greek islands, and I'm like, Jesus, and that was it.
She thought you were
that
gonna
was
propose.
it.
Yeah.
No, but that was it when I ran out of big gifts.
Yeah, when he ran.
Florentine's absolutely right because I went car. I went handbag.
You got a car? Got her a car, too?
I started with handbag, like one of those.
Right, Louis Vuitton or something.
Something I forgot exactly, but a big handbag. And she hated it because I got the wrong one, by the way.
For a few grand.
And then went car. And then I went trip to the Greek islands. And then, like Florentine is saying here, I was done because how do you.
You don't top that.
You don't
Well, that's
top
a ring.
that. And there's no more distractions after that. And that was pretty much it.
She was probably thinking that he was going to give her the ring
Propose
on
Greek
that Greek
Islands.
Island
Yeah,
cruise.
absolutely.
I
Without
thought
a
so.
doubt.
Yeah, that did come out. That came out. And I'm like,
It did.
You know, it's just.
Yeah, just had a ring fell over the fucking boat. That bumpy, you know, we're hanging over there. I fucking fell. Sorry.
It was bumpy. Stupid.
But you nailed it. I kept getting bigger and bigger with the gifts, and then there's no turning back after
So we got to
that.
start low.
Then I thought I started low. I think I even started before the handbag with something that was a little bit impressive, just to like, yeah, look at this, ooh,
Yeah.
shiny things, distraction.
Distract her from it.
Got to distract.
I was dating a girl for like 5 years, and Christmas Eve, I was invited to her parents' house, and I show up, and my parents were there, and I'm like, "Why are you here?" And they had no idea. The girl I was dating told her parents she thought I was going to ask her to get married that night.
Wow.
What?
And I had no idea.
And she called your parents?
She told her parents, "I think he's going to ask me to marry me tonight." So her parents called my parents and said, "You should come over. It's Christmas Eve. You should come over." And I that was not on my plan. So it was a very awkward evening.
That's awkward as shit.
Yeah,
Your
it's
parents
really-
already there?
Yeah.
How did that end?
It ended with
Tears.
my parents and I left, and there was like a lot of kind of like awkwardness of, well, you know, is there anything else you want to do? I'm like, no, we're gonna go. We're Jews. It's Christmas Eve. You guys do whatever you guys do on Christmas Eve.
No kidding.
Kill Jews.
Yeah.
But that was it. How did that relationship end?
Oh, very quickly after that.
Oh, really?
Soon.
Oh, it would have to.
Yeah.
It would have to.
Yeah.
Which is, it's 5 years. Why are we not married? And yeah, it's like that.
Wow.
Candace Cain, this is the transgender that Caitlyn Jenner may be dating, or I think they're pretty much dating. Known in the New York City nightclub scene since the 1990s, Cain came to national attention in 2007 for portraying transgender mistress Carmelita on ABC's primetime drama Dirty Sexy Money. All right. I never saw that show.
That was a primetime show.
Mm-hmm. Candace Cain, 5 things to know about Caitlyn Jenner's rumored new love. Oh, God, we don't need all this, right? She can bust a move is number 3. That's what we need.
Bust a move?
That's what we need to know, that she can bust a move.
Is she the young MC? Why is she busting moves in this day and age?
Should be a lot higher.
Let me get your mic on there.
Who bust a move?
Bust a move, yeah. Like Caitlyn, Candace is also transgender. That's 1. 2, she has starred in all your fave TV shows, like all of them. Nip Tuck, Dirty Sexy Money, RuPaul's Drag You.
Oh, yeah. Whose favorite TV shows are those?
Thank you.
RuPaul's show is pretty good. That's a pretty good show.
Thank you.
It's up there with the Cosby Show.
Yeah.
She can bust a move. She's a trained dancer. And she's no stranger to the Kardashian-Jenner clan. Candace actually hung out with Caitlyn's ex-wife, Kris Jenner. And whatever. What are we doing?
I know. What is this?
What the fuck are we doing?
Yeah, get off of it.
She has a twin brother.
Great.
Can he bust a move?
What the fuck are we doing?
He can raise the roof.
Yeah. Doesn't say.
It's awful. I want to talk about El Chapo. That's what the story is.
Isn't that a great story?
Oh, how did you build a tunnel under the prison while the guards are there?
Because it's Mexico. It's all corruption.
Yeah.
That
you would think they
whole
would,
thing is corrupt.
He's already escaped once from prison. You think that they would move him around from cell to cell, so
Right.
that shit wouldn't happen. Not keep him in the same cell for them to dig a big fucking hole.
Right. And how long did it take to build the tunnel?
Well, why are you obsessed with the tunnel? How the fuck did he get a motorcycle?
Yeah, he had a motorcycle in the tunnel. How crazy
In the
is that?
tunnel?
Yeah.
I would assume that came from the other side of the tunnel,
Wait a
of course,
minute.
but.
What?
He's a rock star. Not only did he break out of prison, it's an underground tunnel that he rode a motorcycle in to get free.
I didn't even know that.
You didn't hear about that part?
It was like a mile-long tunnel, right?
A mile-long tunnel.
That led to some house.
And then he had a motorcycle.
That's unbelievable.
What, you can't walk the mile? They dig. I would assume your pals dug the tunnel for you, and you can't walk the mile. You have to request a motorcycle.
That's what happens when you're a billionaire fucking drug dealer.
World's most powerful drug lord.
Look, he would have called an Uber, but he couldn't use, maybe he used up his one phone call that day.
Holy shit.
And it's the second time he escaped from jail.
Yeah, well, that's because they're corrupt.
And that's why they wouldn't extradite him.
They're looking the other way.
They're looking the other way, definitely. They're looking the other way because, first of all, he's paying everybody had to get paid in this escape.
Mm-hmm. I love
Wait a minute. Look at the picture of the hole. There's a ladder in the hole.
I love I love the shit of. I love these pictures of the authorities that have to just stare down into the hole.
We don't know how it happened.
We had this with Governor Cuomo recently. They just they're bewildered. Look, they're just staring into the hole like, oh, so that's how he did it, I guess. Yeah, I guess that's how he did it, all right. Wow, interesting. There's a ladder.
Now, he's got a better chance of staying out than these upstate New York escapees.
They ain't getting them anytime soon.
He's in a
me?
mansion.
El Chapo.
Because he was on the run for what, like 12 years the first time he was out or something like that.
Yeah.
First time he escaped.
He's the number one, right?
Yeah. You think he's still in Mexico or he's somewhere in South America?
I would imagine. I don't know. What the fuck? I'm just going to say something
in Colombia.
Shit. I would say he got on some kind of plane somewhere.
Yeah.
In the middle
According to Trump, he's here.
Oh, really?
He's Trump's vice president.
Loving the Trump. Loving the Trump.
Because everything is ringing true what he was talking about, though. Not everything, but, he mentioned immigration and got immigration on the top page of all this shit. Mm-hmm. And now everybody's got to talk about it. I love Trump because he's bringing people off their talking points and making them talk about real shit.
Yes, that's exactly the reason why I love him.
If he's so dumb, just shoot him down with knowledge.
Well, then when you hear another politician on one of these dumb news programs, like, oh my God, they sound like
empty nothings.
Right.
They want him to go away so bad, the other politicians.
They sound antiquated, don't they?
Yes.
Like this same bullshit. Fucking Trump's yelling and screaming, fucking beating the shit out of each other.
I can't wait. If he can make it to the first debate, it's going to be great.
It's going to be spectacular.
Yeah.
Spectacular.
We were talking about this over the weekend. How does it end with Trump? How does it end? He's already lost a lot of business, so he's.
I tell you, it's going to end like
with
this.
That.
It's going to help the local people. Whoever's on the side of stopping immigration, illegal immigration, is going to go that way. It's immigration opponents. It's going to breathe life into them. Definitely in the local races.
Yeah.
Everybody down by the border states from Texas to Arizona to New Mexico, they all aboard on this.
Someone, I didn't get back to him on Twitter. They said, "Do you still believe he can't win this thing?" And I still believe he can't win this thing.
I think he already won. I ain't saying he's going to be president, but I think he already got what he.
Oh yeah. I think in a way, in the end, he changes the political process a bit.
Yes.
Right?
Yes. No question.
Because these fucking guys never really answer a question, really. It's always wishy-washy. They're scared that they're going to piss off people, and Trump don't care. This is how I think, and you know, I don't care if you're pissed that if I say this.
Yeah, I don't know how Hillary Clinton really thinks.
Oh, God, she's the worst.
I can't really tell you what she really
might be
thinks.
A smart lady and intelligent and all that, but I don't know what the fuck that broad thinks. Do you see those Twitter mentions where you could have dinner with her?
No.
You know how boring that would be? Something like win dinner with Hillary. You have to tweet something, or I don't know what the fuck you have to do to get in.
Is she paying? If she's paying, I'll go.
Who the fuck?
Is it a pig roast? Is it a pig roast? I'll be there.
Why would you want to have dinner with Hillary Clinton?
Chelsea Clinton don't want to have dinner with Hillary Clinton.
She used to hang out in the bars in New York City.
Oh, Chelsea?
Yeah, my brother ran into her a couple times.
Did he splash?
When my brother was a Wall Street guy.
Did he splash in it? What happened?
No, I didn't splash. I'm sure he would have tried.
Yeah,
he probably did try.
Just for the story, you have to, right?
He didn't splash, but I would imagine. I'll have to ask him. I would assume he gave it a little shot.
Can you get near her though?
Yeah, back in the day, yeah, she was hanging out in the bars, man. Same type of bars my brother was going to.
Really?
Nothing too crazy, nothing too fancy.
Like Wall Street bars?
Yeah, that whole crew. They know the good fucking joints.
Yeah, the boiler room crew.
Trump, I would bomb the Iraqi oil fields, right? Is that what he's saying now these days? Is this a good... Oh, wait, I got good Trump clips. What am I doing?
Bomb the Iraqi oil fields.
Where's my shit? I got good Trump stuff.
We got 3 clips.
We do, right?
Yep.
Where's my sheet?
I'll give you mine.
We're actually prepared for this radio show at times. Not everything is just off the cuff. All right, what do I got? Let's see. Fucking Mike. All right. Trump insults Rubio and Perry, calling them weak for their stance on immigration. Want to start there?
Sure.
How is that an insult?
What?
That he's calling them weak. You know what I mean? Like anyone else that does it, when Hillary does it, is that an insult?
Yeah.
If she says Trump's an idiot and he doesn't know what he's talking about, is that an insult?
Yeah, they're
trying to bring Trump down, but what could they possibly get him on? Like if they keep digging, I mean, the guy's warts and all, already out there, married
it's already out there.
3 times. He's got a model wife, and you know,
and he committed this time. Last time he didn't really commit because he's like, I don't want people to know that how many billions I got and this and that. But this time he's like, fuck it.
He's releasing everything.
I think today it comes out.
I believe
think
so.
Financials.
Let's play this clip.
Cameras and reinforced steel doors are the priority of security.
Got 2 things playing. Hold on.
Is that off? Well, they got a commercial in the background playing or something?
Yeah, give me 5 seconds.
Are you doing the Rubio clip?
Yeah.
The Rubio Perry clip? Okay.
Yep.
Then I got Donald saying he would bomb the hell out of Iraqi oil fields to defeat ISIS.
Let's try it again.
All right.
Bush is weak on immigration. Forget about his stance on Common Core, which is a total disaster. He's very weak on immigration, and that's his prerogative if he wants to be. But he doesn't get it.
Marco Rubio, Trump's comments are not just offensive and inaccurate, but also divisive.
Marco Rubio is somebody who is extremely weak on immigration. He all of a sudden toughens his stance because his poll numbers went down. If he ever got elected, you would have people flowing across the border.
Very offended by his remarks. He's going to have to defend those remarks. I never will. I'll stand up and say that those are offensive, which they were.
Well, I could be much more offensive to Rick Perry, but the fact is he was governor of Texas. The border's a disaster. He could have done much more as governor of Texas to make the border strong.
Lindsey Graham.
Yeah, that's a tough spot. I think he's right about that.
Yeah.
A lot of people coming in from Texas.
But they want the cheap labor, too, the American citizens
Sure.
down there. You want that cheap labor, and you take the good with the bad, don't you?
That labor's nice.
That's some good labor.
It's nice.
I'm the best labor you can get.
Are you kidding? That's nice. It's cheap and it's efficient.
I'm getting 3 Mexicans tomorrow to spread some rock for me in the house. Yeah,
it's nice.
They work. Well, how much you pay them, Florentine?
They're up to $15 an hour, though.
Oh, are they?
Are they really?
Yeah.
Good for them.
How'd you find them? My brother
at the local 7-Eleven. They just hang out there and just go.
Home Depot, 7-Eleven, any
places that you usually avoid, you go there and get them.
Yeah, you just pull in there. You go, I need 3, and they jump in your car.
I got one of my brothers. He was in another business before the business he's in now, and he needed a bunch of those guys a lot, almost on a regular basis. And he became a professional at it. He would go to whatever the 7-Eleven or the Home Depot and go you, and you. They would jump in the back of his pickup. They would go to a job, let's just say, and he tells the stories, man. If one wasn't working, he goes you. Brings it back in the fucking truck
him off.
and drops him back off because he was going to the same type of places, and so he got the word out. And so he goes, "You're back over there now. I'm taking you with me to join the other guys."
Right.
My brother knew how to work that shit, and they worked hard for him. And my brother,
I'm sure.
And my brother actually did the right thing in the end, paid him more than they were asking.
Did you see?
But he wanted and needed them to work, and he wasn't fucking around.
Did you see the pictures of the Orthodox Jews who paid the dudes?
No.
The day workers to dress up as Orthodox Jews with the curly curls.
Yeah.
It's pictures of it. And protest gay marriage.
No kidding.
Put the pic up. You're going to laugh your fucking ass off. It's clearly Mexican dudes with curly curls.
Oh, my God. And the one guy's loving the look. Look at the guy on the right. He's so happy.
It's ridiculous.
And they had done it before, too.
It's ridiculous. They paid him.
Oh, wow. I didn't see this
They
yet.
went and picked the dudes up the same way your brother did it.
Right.
Dressed them up as Orthodox Jews with the curlies and had them protest gay marriage.
They're obviously Mexicans. That's great. The guy's got the hat and everything. Look how happy he is. One of the demonstrators admitted to the New York Times he was being paid to stand there by the religious group based in Brooklyn and said he was subjected to abuse by parade goers.
It's a great idea.
It's an amazing
A group
idea.
of Orthodox Jews have been slammed for paying. I did not hear about this story. Have been slammed for paying Mexican laborers to put on their traditional attire and protest against homosexuality at New York's Pride Parade, so that younger members of the congregation didn't have to watch the LGBT event. Wow, that's
crazy.
Hilarious. Look at that dude. That's the guy that was picking up fucking litter on the side of the highway.
Imagine that, like you go pick them up, like, oh, what do you need us to do? Here, just put these outfits on.
Use them for anything.
And just start booing when you see gay people walk by.
I'm going to use one for child support court. Just have him sitting there for me.
My brother hires one when he has a barbecue. They'll bring their own grill for a little extra money, and they'll cook for you, too.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Well, they're getting creative with the jobs they could do now, right?
They bring their own. I've hired them to move, too.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable. They're running with shit. Like, you can't even keep up with them.
There was somebody run with a couch.
Yeah, I know. One guy with a couch on his back running into the house. Where do you want this? I'm like,
really?
Yeah. Insane.
To help you move.
And because they won't take lunch. To them, it's like, work through it. Because once you take lunch, then you feel all lazy afterwards. You're laying around and shit like that. So they'll just work straight through.
That's great.
You offer them lunch. No, we're good.
Amazing.
Yeah.
They dressing them up as Orthodox Jews.
That's amazing.
It's the funniest shit of all time.
A lot of the stuff we talk about, we throw up on our Facebook page. So, please go there. Well, what's the Facebook page? Opie and Jimmy, Opie with Jimmy, Opie. Well,
Opie and Jimmy.
Opie and Jimmy, all right, on Facebook. So a lot of this stuff we talk about, we throw up there for you, so you can check it out for yourself if you're not a good Googler.
I'm saying if we get these, if they get these day workers to do all this stuff, why not just have them police the border?
Right?
They're so thorough.
Yeah.
We don't trust them. They're going to let their own people in.
Look, they work hard.
They're not going to blow their job for some Mexicans they don't know, right?
When you know you don't have a guarantee, you work hard.
You work hard.
I had jobs where I had no guarantee. I worked hard.
Yeah. You notice me here, don't you?
There's no guarantee. Yeah,
Zero guarantee.
I can never pay you. I just realized that. I can never pay Sherrod.
Zero guarantee.
I can't guarantee you shit.
That's why I just steal stuff from the office. I just take stuff.
Yeah.
Giddles has your cash anyway. Go find Giddles.
I'm going to beat him within an inch of his life.
Hey, Randy's early. So you want to take him? We should take Randy Blythe early if he's here, right?
Yeah.
Even though we
in.
promoted that he was going to be here at 9:30. We should take a break before, if that's cool. I got to take a leak.
Yeah.
A lakey lake.
Sherrod Small in studio. Race Wars this Wednesday.
That's right.
At 9:00. We got to figure out how to get the programming out there in a more efficient way, because we have so many different side shows now. People don't know when to fucking tune in to hear these specialty shows. So we'll try to organize that better. But I know this much. Kurt Metzger and Sherrod Small, they got a 4-week run with their Race Wars podcast. The second one is this Wednesday at 9:00.
That's right.
Please tune in. Please spread the word. I want to make it a regular thing.
It's a hot show.
I definitely want to make it a regular thing. So please listen to it and spread the word for those guys especially. And Florentine's got a couple things going on.
Amy's movie. I'll be in this Friday, Trainwreck. Little cameo in this Thursday night improv in Hollywood, California.
When are you flying out?
Flying out Wednesday.
Nice. All right.
Morgan Murphy's on the show. Morgan's a great comic.
Morgan's great.
Jason Lawhead, another fucking monster.
Jason's good, yeah.
Yeah. So we're doing a show at the Improv that Thursday night. And then July 23 through 26, Funny Bone, Omaha, Nebraska. And Stress Factory just went on sale today, September 24 through 26.
Oh, great.
Nice.
You'll sell out the Stress Factory. People better get their tickets quick on that one. That's your backyard, more or less.
Yeah.
All right. We got Randy Blythe, the lead singer of Lamb of God. He's got a new book out and an amazing story to tell. We'll talk to him next. Stay there. We are back. Sherrod Small in studio. Jim Florentine in studio. And for the first time, Randy Blythe from Lamb of God.
Aw, shit.
What up?
Just met Randy. I like Randy already.
Yes.
Although you were talking about a festival in France, I think. And you were talking about horse meat.
Yeah. A hellfest.
How bad is horse meat? Is it good?
It was good. I was fucking hungry.
Did you eat it?
Of course. I got no problem with it. That was the early days of that festival.
They eat a lot of horse meat around the world.
What part of the horse, though, was it?
The ash.
Oh, I love a good horse ass.
I don't know.
What does it taste like? And please don't say chicken.
No.
Does it
Nothing
taste like
tastes like chicken
kind of?
but chicken.
True.
You know, I've eaten snake before, and people are like, it tastes like chicken. No, it fucking tastes like a snake.
Yeah.
You know?
What you would think a snake would taste like.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, it's kind of like gamier beef.
Right.
You know?
I'm not a fan of gamier stuff.
You don't like the gamey
Some
taste.
people love gamier.
I do.
You like gamier?
Yeah, I grew up in the country.
So what's like some of the stuff you ate down there?
Venison.
Yeah.
Venison,
squirrel.
Squirrel.
Yeah, sure, man.
Pig? What about pig?
Awesome.
We were talking about pig before, roasting a pig and eating it right.
That's a good time.
Thank you.
Don't make me look like a fucking
I
pussy
said
in
I
front of
wasn't. I probably wouldn't eat it either.
Look, we did a whole thing for about an hour. Maybe we talked about it a little too long. I went to a pig roast yesterday. It was the first one where I actually saw the hooves and the fucking face.
Right.
And I fully admitted I was a fucking pussy and I didn't eat as much as I would have if they would have just presented the meat on a platter without seeing the other shit.
Well,
there you go.
Where I grew up,
there you go.
I come from a long line of farmers, and when I was a kid, I remember going to the pig picking at my aunt's house, and my family owned the pigs. So at that time, you have to castrate male pigs, right? When they're young, otherwise
they'll ruin the meat, right?
They'll ruin the meat. So they killed a pig and roasted it, but there was castration, and I remember seeing them.
Yeah, they clamp it. Where they use the clamp and slip it off.
Yeah, pig squealing, and then they killed a pig, and my cousin got the eyeball and chased me around. I was 7. He's like, I'm like, he's chasing me around this pig's eyeball, just laughing, and I'm like, fuck, that's gross. But I mean, it didn't stop me from eating.
No, I'm not against pig roast. Trust me. I'm not against hunting and all that shit, but I just fucking would have had a much better time at this party if I didn't see the fucking eyes and the head and the hooves.
You ever killed anything?
Fish.
Yeah, that doesn't count.
That's about it.
Something that can scream.
Well, they're starting to say fish are more intelligent than you think, too. What the fuck?
Did you kill a dolphin, motherfucker?
I never even really hunted. Nothing.
No.
Yeah,
It's fun.
I used to
People take out. It's fun.
I was in.
I live in New York. It's like
I killed a lot of mice. How's that?
Yeah.
Did you eat the meat?
Your
How was
little
the
glue
meat?
traps?
I went glue traps, and then you realize, holy fuck.
That's fucking.
So then, this is an old story, but then someone, a fan of this show, turned me onto the electric traps, which are a lot easier.
Yeah.
But I went fucking glue traps. Now I'm in the backyard like a fucking serial killer, taking rocks and fucking killing them because they're just suffering.
What's the electric traps?
They're done in a half a fucking beep. That's it. You hear that shit too.
Like a bug zapper.
No joke. Yes. I was infested, and my kills were over 60 or 70 before I moved. And it got me and my now wife, we'd be in the living room watching a fucking movie, and the kitchen would be right off to the right, tiny little apartment. And, you know, the lights would be off, and all of a sudden, zip, I'm like, oh, there's another one. And I'd go in and empty the fucking trap and dump it right into the garbage pail. And then we'd set it up again with some peanut butter and zzz, another one. Some nights we were getting 6 or 7, no problem, before the movie was over. We were infested, man. It was bad.
That is crazy.
But I started with the glue traps because someone's like, oh, you got to try the glue traps. And they're on their back, like, screaming.
Yeah, you can't pull them off. It'll just rip, like, skin them.
Right. And they're
like taking off a sock.
And you see they tried the roll to try to get out of the glue traps, and now their fucking cheek is stuck on the thing, and the fur's over here.
You see like 5 or 6 on one trap?
Right. And I would take the glue traps and I would just throw them in the garbage. They would still be alive, and they're like, it's someone else's problem. And I would put them
It's
out
so
front.
weird.
Oh, dude, I used to work at this restaurant, and we had glue traps. We finally changed it because they had rats, and then at the end of the night, you hear this rat would get stuck, and I'd have to go and grab the glue trap and grab the rat by the tail and smash his head against the dumpster out back because I'm not going to throw him in the trash.
Yeah, because the job is.
You're a gentleman.
Right.
Yeah, I'm going to kill him
because the job is, isn't done. But that was the one thing they said: if you have mice, you don't have rats, because I guess the rats just take care of the mice.
They
problem.
eat the mice.
They take care of that problem. So if you have mice, you're good.
So maybe you just need one good rat on the chain that eat all the mice for you.
Dude, we were so infested. My wife had now wife, whatever. She would have a blanket on, and she would just go to fluff the blanket, and one would go flying.
No!
Swear to God.
Oh my God, no!
And this is when I was making money, Randy.
Where was this?
I'll tell you exactly. 71st and Columbus.
The West
And the
Side.
landlord's name is?
He was a
Is
dick.
a slumlord?
This
The
guy
West
was
Side,
a
though.
fucking dick. I
West
told him
Side.
about this problem, so I mean, his whole building was infested.
My brother had an apartment with mice, and he's like, he can be a little intense at times. And I came over, and there's like these jars outside his little apartment, and I looked in the jars, and there's these dead mice, and I'm like, what the fuck is that? And he's like, those are the mice. I've been killing them and putting them out there to warn the other mice. Don't fuck with me. Don't fuck with me. I'm like, all right, dude.
Carry on. But I mean, then we can move on. Then we can move on. It was my first apartment in New York, and the first night I had just a blow-up mattress and just a change of clothes. That's it, in an empty apartment. I'm like, I just want to sleep in my fucking place before my stuff arrived. I was excited, and I remember falling asleep, seeing like a shadow go running across the empty apartment. I'm like, you're seeing things, man, But that was the first fucking mouse. And then I thought, stupid me, I thought I had one lousy pet. I was going to make it into a pet. Like, I have a mouse. It's kind of cool. And Norton was the one who said, dude, if you have one, that means you have hundreds. I'm like, and he was right in the end. He was right.
Yeah.
But that has nothing to do with Randy Blythe and the fact that he has a new book coming out tomorrow, right?
Yeah.
This looks like a good read. We just got it. So I apologize ahead of time. It's called Dark Days. And it's your story, man.
Yeah.
Right on.
It is. It's not exactly a lighthearted tale of comedic foreign escapades, but it's kind of what happened.
Yeah.
You didn't think your book was going to be about this when you
my
thought
first
you were going to write
book.
one?
I thought I was going to write a more like punk rock sort of Mark Twain, be very literary.
Right.
I didn't think it was going to be about going to prison in a foreign country.
Locked up abroad?
Yes.
Hold on, I got Jim Norton on the line. Jim wanted to be here so badly, but he's getting a colonoscopy, and they delayed his colonoscopy. Jimmy!
Hey, man, I thought the interview was 9:30. I'm so pissed I'm missing this.
Yeah. Are you still getting your colonoscopy?
No, I'm done. I'm on propofol. Dude, the book is amazing. I got a couple. I know I'm interrupting and ruining the flow. I apologize.
No, not at all. I like
you're like the host, right? He
But-
sounds amazing.
Yes.
But Randy, you're a fucking great writer, man. This book, I'm like probably halfway through it in 3 days. It's awesome. Your story is amazing.
Oh, thanks, man. I appreciate it. I worked pretty hard on it. So,
what do you like about the book so far, Jimmy?
I like the fact that he's giving a lot of details, and it's so obvious that he was kind of, I mean, not railroaded, but, he definitely should not have went to jail. But he handles it well. Like, I would have been such a prick, but he walks you through it, and there's not one boring moment in this book. I'm literally in the recovery room looking at it, and I'm waiting for an escort, and I'm going to leave here just to go, what time are you going to be there till?
Noon.
You got other interviews up here?
Oh, yes.
All right, so he'll be here.
Yeah, he'll be a while.
Yeah.
I didn't realize. I thought it was at 9:30. Roland goes, "Hey, we're having for 9:30." Our booker was fucking. He's the guard from Midnight Express. He's the worst.
So, so do you have did they pour dye all in your guts right now? Did you have to drink a bunch of gross shit for the colonoscopy?
No, you drank this stuff that tastes your citrusy. And I like sitting like that, to be honest, because it really makes me feel slender. And I was bitching because they were delayed. I'm like, look, I got to go do this fucking interview, and I'm so annoyed that I'm missing it. And they told me 9:30, so I'm going to try to get in there because I'm really blown away by it. I'm halfway through it. So I don't want to interrupt, but I just want you to know. Phenomenal.
I just went to your Twitter, Jim Norton on Twitter. Propofol rules. I may make this interview yet. Tell the Opster I'm coming in. The son of a
That's
bitch.
quite a face.
Randy's sober, and I got to say, you gave the best description of alcoholism that I've ever read. I've read a lot of it. It's so perfect and so honest, and this book is fantastic. Even if I don't get to the interview, I'm going to finish reading it. I'm putting my trousers on as we talk.
Wonderful.
Wow, Jimmy's fucked up.
I know. I've
never heard Jimmy fucked up.
I'm not fucked up. It's like all lightheaded. I've been fucked up. This is not bad.
Right.
I'm being argumentative. Like, get the doctor because I'm leaving. I don't have an escort. Like, they want me to have legally have an escort.
That's the first time I've ever heard you say you don't have an escort.
Yes. How does Jimmy not have an escort? This is crazy.
I know.
He goes, I know.
I should get off the phone before I start confessing tranny stories. Listen, I'm gonna try to get in there, but right now I'm in the part where you're in jail, and you just had your cappuccino, and you got into prison. And it's just an amazing story, dude. And I really love it, and I'm happy to get out.
Right on, man. I appreciate your kind words. I hope you enjoy the rest of the book, and I hope to see you here.
What is?
Yeah. How does I'll come in and totally destroy the rest of it. I'm sure you guys are doing a great job.
But just man. Bring the ruckus, man.
No, you made it way better. I was talking about my dumb mice for the 100th time. And we were talking about horse meat, so trust me, you pumped this up.
Yeah, we didn't even get into it yet. We're just starting.
Yeah, he just sat down. He just sat down.
So have they pumped you full of opiates?
Just propofol. I like that because it's the least nauseating recovery.
Right.
I signed the surgery a year ago, and again, I don't like it's fucked up. It's fun for a second because it's illegal. It's a medical reason. It's not like I did it, but. I can't picture being this way all the time because as much of an ass that I'm making myself on this phone call, I would be worse in public. I'd be crying right now. Nobody loves me. I'm just cutting myself. So I'm just kind of happy that I'm doing okay. And, dude, I'm blown away by the book. I mean, I'm not being polite either. I would never just call in and interrupt an interview to tell you how great it is. Well, but you're a tremendous writer. Oh, here's my doctor. I'll see you guys soon.
Cheers. Thanks, bro.
All right. Jimmy's going to try to come right over to the studio.
Right.
He said you had the best description of alcoholism. You want to explain that? I was going to ask Jimmy to explain that, but he just ran away.
Well, he's sober, right?
Yeah, he's been sober since he's 18 for years.
Yeah. I know.
20-some-odd years.
I listened to a podcast with him on, I believe he was on Jamie Justice, maybe?
Yeah, for Jamie from Hatebreed,
yeah. I was listening to him while I was driving the other day, and man, I drank for 22 years, and the thing, I'm a fucking alcoholic, and it's kind of well known, at least throughout the music world, the metal world. I made no attempt to hide it whatsoever.
You were pretty out of control after shows.
Yeah, man. And, you know, I've been really open about the fact that I'm sober now. And it's not like people wouldn't be able to figure it out. It's because I'm able to walk upright now. You know, I'm not fucking passed out or whatever. But I had a long struggle with alcohol, and I wrote a chapter about it. Kind of like at the beginning of the book, I dedicate the book to anyone struggling with drugs or alcohol, because there is a better way. You know, I've found that. I've been sober almost 5 years now.
Nice.
And, you know, I drank for 22 years and I'm a run-of-the-mill drunk. And I wrote a chapter to like sort of explain my alcoholism. And I made an attempt to explain it for non-alcoholics so they could kind of understand it, because, you know, I don't come from an alcoholic family. I wasn't abused as a kid. I don't blame like, oh, my parents got divorced and, you know, we didn't have money and, you know, no one liked me and I wore hand-me-down clothes or whatever, you know. That's like, that's not why I'm an alcoholic. I don't know why I'm an alcoholic. I don't fucking care why. It doesn't do me any good to know why. The only thing that does me any good is not drinking, you know? So I explained, you know, from my viewpoint, like why people drink and continue to do drugs when it's killing them. And it's because, and most people, I think, look at people who have a drug or alcohol problem and they say, why don't they just stop? You know, it's because you're fucking crazy when you're fucked up. Like literally, at least I was, man. My perceptions were so warped that I was like, oh yeah, I'm an alcoholic. Look what I do for a living. But it's not really understanding that like I could not stop. I couldn't stop because I was fucking crazy, you know? And I look at it in retrospect and I'm just like, oh, that's why you kept on drinking and pissing off every single person around you, pissing them off and, you know, upsetting everyone around you. It's because you were out of your fucking mind, you know? So I kind of described that to kind of like maybe explain to people that it's not just like, oh, that dude drinks too much.
Right.
You know? I mean, I certainly drank myself to the point where I couldn't stop drinking. I have no one to blame for that. But I certainly, when I was a kid, I would have stopped long before I did if I could have, if I wasn't nuts, you know. When I was a kid, I never said, when I grow up, I want to be an alcoholic and piss everyone off and, you know, really worry my family and all that stuff. I never wanted that, but that's the way it is, you know.
Yeah, because, I mean, Lamb of God has these DVDs where they show, like, backstage stuff. Like, Randy's getting in fights with his band members, and it's documented and stuff because he's so out of control, drinking and all that stuff.
Yeah. And
wow. And then, you know, put that out on DVD and stuff.
Yeah, and that to you know, qualify that, you know, people are like, oh my God, you know, these two band guys are fighting. Every band does that, right? We're every fucking band does that. I don't know hardly any bands that haven't gotten in a fucking,
One Direction.
Yeah, you know, that haven't gotten a fist fight over the years. We were happened to have a camera on it at the time, and that was reality. We were really open, trying to like bust the whole rock star myth apart.
But I would assume the rest of the band was partying, no?
Oh yes.
Oh, okay.
They are drunk and like it's,
so they have some responsibility in this as well.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, I'm sticking up for Randy because I haven't met the rest of the.
Oh yeah.
Fist fight.
Oh yeah. This fist fights.
Where's the video on that?
And then what? You guys would just get on stage the next day like nothing happened. Nothing happened.
I woke up the next day with a broken nose because my guitar player Mark broke my nose, and I walked to the bathroom and said it. And he wasn't able to. He had to go we had to play without him that night because at one point I slammed him on the concrete and fucked his shoulder up, and it still hurts him sometimes to this day, and my nose is still a little bit crooked. But like, I mean, we're bros. You know what I mean? We're like really tight friends, and like it was like 12 years ago or something, and people see us on tour and they're like, we're talking, sitting beside each other. They're like, I can't believe you guys are sitting next to each other. It's like, are you stupid? It's like 12 years ago. You know, we were drunk. We got in a fight.
You got through it.
Get over it, right. You know?
What made you get sober? Can I ask you that?
Because I didn't want to live anymore.
Oh, wow.
Like, I was in Australia. I woke up. I write about this in the book, too. My last night of drinking, I woke up in Australia, and we were on tour with like the biggest metal band in the world, main support for them. And I woke up in Australia, in Brisbane, with a real bad hangover, and it was a beautiful day, and I was in this hotel right down the street from the Brisbane Botanical Gardens, which is gorgeous, and they have all these weird exotic plants and like strange animals, and like there's awesome restaurants right by the hotel. One of my favorite bookstores used to be right there, and I woke up, gorgeous day, and I walked out on the balcony all hungover, I have a cigarette, and I looked around, and I was like, I don't feel like doing anything. Like nothing. I don't feel like breathing anymore. You know, I was just empty inside. So I was like, I gotta stop. I didn't know if it would fix me, but I was like, I gotta do something different, you know? So I quit drinking on tour. And, that night I walked on stage in front of about 15,000 people, still hungover, like, basically mentally falling to pieces. I'm like playing, you've seen us, it's like this heavy metal show, and I'm like it's really aggressive, and I'm like crying, like trying not to like show my face, because I'm like, my brain is fucking melting. It's like I've been drunk for 22 years, and I'm having like this my first day of being sober. I'm on stage in front of 15,000 people doing my job, and like, you know, I had enough hair so I could kind of hide my face so people couldn't tell I was.
So you're
like,
detoxing in front of everybody, basically. That's crazy.
Yeah. And would you drink before you went on stage? Have a couple? Yeah,
I mean, I drank so I could eat in the morning.
Really?
Oh yeah, I couldn't. At the end of my drinking, I couldn't get any food down unless I had a beer first or something. You know, it was like that.
Wow.
You know? I was lucky that I didn't get hard DTs. I've seen people, alcohol and benzos are the only two substances that I know of that can kill you from withdrawals. Like heroin, coke, meth, all that stuff. It'll just make you feel like you want to die, but like alcohol and like Xanax, benzos and stuff, that can actually kill you from withdrawals. So I'm lucky in that, you know, I have a pretty strong, I guess, constitution, and my body processed the alcohol quick enough. I never got DTs.
So how many more shows did you have to do sober before you could go away and just be alone with this?
A month.
You had a month on the road?
Yeah. I spent my first month on tour.
Was that hell?
No. It was like, I mean, it was really fucking weird.
No, I mean, going through the withdrawals and all that. I mean, obviously.
Physically, like I said, I didn't have the DTs, but like physically, I mean, the alcohol, give yourself a lot of sleep, regular food, and some vitamins. Within a week, your body's going to start being okay, you know? The problem, though, lies in your mind. You know, it's because alcohol's out of you, you know, you aren't going to have these, it's not going to be in your system after a few days, you know, nothing. Generally 24 hours it's going to be out, but it'll be fully out at least by a week. But it's your mind. It's a son of a bitch, you know, because despite all evidence to the contrary, and I tried like for 4 years to quit drinking before I finally stopped. Yeah. I tried for 4 years, and like I would come home and not drink because my wife had had enough of my shit. You know, I don't know why she's still with me. I love you, honey. But she put up with me for a long time, right? And like, but she had, you know, she's not going to put up with me drinking because I was fucked up. I come home, break the house apart, you know, just not a nice dude. So I would come home and sober up. Well, by sober up, I mean not drink. I'd still be eating pain pills as fast as I could to maintain. And then when Lamb of God would go on tour, I wouldn't get through security at Richmond International Airport before I'm at the bar. Give me Heineken, give me Jägermeister, boom, 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 boom. And I'm gone for, 5 weeks, 8 weeks on tour, completely fucked up the whole time. And then come home and have to sober up, on the way back, So, I mean, it was brutal, It's like this constant roller coaster, and staying fucked up for me is a lot of work. It's a lot of work, like, especially since everybody was done with me drinking. It's like, I gotta hide my drinking. I gotta hold it together enough to do my job. If it's late, I gotta figure out where to get liquor or whatever drugs I want. It's a lot of thinking about like a liquid.
Yeah.
Now, if I don't have coffee in the morning, I'm an asshole, right? But that's easy enough to fix. You know, I don't have to hide my coffee consumption.
So what do you do with all that time now? All that?
A lot of fucking shit. I have an awesome life, dude. I'm not gonna lie. It's fucking rad.
I guess
I write books. I just had a photography opening like a few months ago in New York. I had, my first photography show was in a gallery in Soho.
Yeah.
People
That's pretty cool.
don't get their whole life, don't get to show in New York.
What kind of photography you do?
Mostly street photography.
Nice.
Like, I don't do studio stuff. I try to capture stuff. I write music. I composed 2 pieces for the Richmond Ballet.
Wow.
It's fucking crazy. Like the art ballet world, they dug it. I wrote a book. I do a lot of shit.
I didn't ask the question properly. I got a great answer, but I guess socially, because when you're partying and drinking and stuff, now you're not being social on that level. So how did you replace that? You know what I mean? Like now everyone's going to the bar or the after party.
I'll tell you. I'm 44 years old. The bar doesn't hold much interest for me anymore, especially when the people you go to the bar with tell you the same thing 5 times in a row. Man, did you see that?
But that's because you're sober.
Yes. And I'm like, oh, God, dude. Yes, bro. I know you love me. Get off me. Come on. No, for me, it's for me, drinking, going to the bar, that's one of the things that people have this big problem with when they first get sober. They're like, what am I going to do with all my time? What am I going to do with all my time? Anything you want to, because if you drank like me, all you're doing is drinking. Mm-hmm. That's all you're doing. And I've wasted thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars on alcohol and drugs and, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of hours in a bar talking to someone about something completely insignificant.
That didn't matter.
It does not matter whatsoever.
Right. One other question. Why do some people never have that moment like you did in Australia?
I don't know, bro, and it breaks my heart because I have friends die every year. We're all getting older. None of us are getting any younger. And if you continue to party, I should be dead a million times over. I've snorted enough shit, eaten it, smoked it, drank it to kill all of you motherfuckers in this room. That. You know what I mean? And for some reason, I'm still alive. But
that breaks my heart too.
My friends die, dude.
I went to a funeral up in Rochester last year, and it was a guy that just couldn't stop and never had that moment, had kids and everything, and he ended up fucking falling down a flight of stairs.
Dude, it breaks my heart.
And you wonder why they don't have that moment of clarity where wow, what the fuck am I doing?
Was there a point where the band was saying, look, dude, if you don't get your shit together, we're gonna move on without you? Did that play into it at all?
No,
never.
I don't give a fuck what my band says. They've never been able to tell me in alcoholism, in sobriety, nothing. They don't. One time they came to me because we really weren't getting along, and my drummer came to me and he said in L.A. and he was like, "Look, dude, if you'll dial back the drinking, we'll try not to be so asshole-ish, because they're fucking assholes, right? In a lot of ways. It's a feeding. We fed each other." And we get along, pretty well now.
Right.
But it was automatic, they're going to be an asshole, and I'm going to use that as an excuse to drink more, and then I'm going to turn more into an asshole, and then it's just going to snowball. But no, the band, nobody telling me anything. My family wanted me to quit drinking. My wife wanted me to quit drinking. The neighbor wanted me to quit drinking.
That's serious drinking when your neighbor's like, hey, man.
I would love to talk to the neighbor.
The Pope.
God, that would be a great interview.
The Pope could come down and be like, yo, stop drinking. I'd be like, I don't, fuck you, Pope.
Yeah.
Fuck off. Carry your ass back to the Vatican. Why don't you mind your own business? I'm having a beer.
We got a guy from North Carolina. He wants in badly. We got Randy Blythe from Lamb of God in studio. Go ahead, Chad.
Hey, what's up, Randy?
Hey.
Chad, Wrightsville, man.
Yeah!
You know this guy?
Surfing homie, bro. I talk to them all the time. What's up, bro?
Hey, you guys. Hey, good to hear from you, man. I was just working on my rental house out here, and I heard you on the radio talking about drinking.
Yeah.
You guys, this guy is the real deal. He helped me get sober about a year ago.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
And, dude, this guy's got a heart of gold. So I just wanted to call in and let everybody know that, so.
Oh, man.
Continue on with the good stories. And once you get back here, bro, let's go surf.
Yes, yes. Don't get bit by the sharks, man.
Man, I'm trying not to, bro. Trying not to.
Are you catching any waves?
I've been working a lot, dude. I'm working on this rental house right now.
Yeah.
So, and the waves are really, really small right now, so you're not missing anything.
Good.
So,
I'll be back.
Dude, I love the shit out of you, and dude, you're the man.
Love you too, bro, man. I'll see you down in the Cape Fear, man. We'll rip some lefts, all right?
I can't wait. Hey, this guy. That's the thing. Is this guy, man? You guys asked him, what do you do with all your free time?
Yeah.
We have so much fun surfing together.
Yeah.
So that's what we do when we're sober.
Yes, sir.
Everybody out there, get sober.
Nice.
Fun.
But what about the shark? I think it's one shark biting everybody. You got one shark down there.
Bye, Chad.
Yeah. You know that shark from that cartoon back in the day?
Yeah.
Scared everybody? Yeah, that's him.
Yeah. Can you notice he's only biting tourists?
Exactly.
I think,
Oh, really? So he's a local.
And bush pigs, right?
Yeah, and bush pigs.
You guys got to hate the tourists down in North Carolina. I did the Outer Banks for many years. Loved it down there.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
We like the pretty ones.
You like the pretty ones?
I used to have a bumper. We used to have bumper stickers that said, "Welcome to Wrightsville Beach. Thanks for bringing your daughters. Now leave." Come here, girl. Holler at me.
All right, Chad.
Hey, well, look, man, continue the stories. I love you, bro.
Love you too, man.
Cool.
Right?
Hey, Randy, was it when you got sober? Did it definitely help with your whole situation when you went to jail and all that stuff?
Absolutely.
Like if you were fucked up, it would have been a whole different thing.
The whole thing is like when I got sober, I had to start looking at my life, and I wasn't the worst dude in the world. I wasn't the Attila the Hun of alcoholics, raping and pillaging and murdering and, destroying people's lives. But I did some damage, and I had to, look at myself and start holding myself accountable, because, dude, within my band, within my relationships, I wasn't always present. I wasn't always, and I wasn't always the nicest guy. So I had to start looking at myself very seriously, and being like, okay, you fucked up here. You need to try and make this right, because I used to say, oh, I'm sorry. It won't happen again. People don't want to hear I'm sorry anymore because they've heard it a million fucking times. So I'm not going to say, I'm sorry. It'll never happen again. I'm just going to try and live the right way. And then people will be like, oh, it's been a couple of years since he's tried to catch my hair on fire or, wrecked my car or whatever. He's cool now, right?
Just got to get some time.
So you got to give it some time. You got to show. Don't speak. Your actions speak louder than words. So when I got sober, I realized, if someone is trying to quit something, whether it's eating too much pizza or drinking or smoking crack or whatever it is, I'm not going to say you can never do that for the rest of your life. Because that sounds like a fucking cop to me, right? Like a judge. And, I don't like to be told that stuff. But what I can say to someone is hey, can you not eat that piece of pizza for the next 5 minutes? Sure, someone can do that for 5 minutes. And then another 5 minutes goes by, and you take it in small increments. Then, sometimes 1 minute at a time, 1 minute, 1 hour, 1 day at a time, 1 week at a time. I'm not going to drink for the rest of the day, Right. I can do that for 24 hours.
That's baby steps.
It is. It's baby steps.
What about Bob?
If I start thinking too far in the future, man, I'm fucked.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
What'd you go to prison for, though? What was that about?
Oh
boy,
man.
Is that a biggie?
Yeah, that's what the whole book is about, beyond being an alcoholic.
Right.
But I'm glad he called to touch on the alcoholism thing, because I wrote that in the hopes that it might help some people, just to let them know that there's a better way. But my band played a show in Prague in 2010.
Okay.
One show, and I remember it was a rough show. Security was non-existent, which we have in our contract. If we show up in place, I need fucking security to protect us and the audience. You know, our audience is a little bit rowdy, to put it mildly.
Okay.
Right? So it was a rough show. There were kids on stage all night. And I got a call from my publicist, Maria. You know Maria.
Yeah, I know Maria.
God bless her, love her. After the gig in Prague, and she was like, she kept on calling me. I'm like, something's the matter because I'm in Europe. And she knows better than to call me when I'm in Europe. And she's like, I answered the phone. She's like, Paul's dead. I'm like, Paul who? She goes, Paul Gray from Slipknot, right? So he had passed away that day. So it was our first time in Prague. It was a, you know, kind of a rough show, and Paul died that day. So I remembered that, because you always remember where you are when you hear a friend is dead, you know? So,
hey, Jimmy. Hey, man, sorry to walk in on that part.
No, it's all good. You always remember where you are when a friend has passed away. So, but that was it. That's all I remember that day. And then, you know, we book a show, and 2 years later, we play in Norway the day before. It's awesome. There's like hot Norwegian women everywhere. We take a sailboat to the show on an island. We get on a plane the next day, fly to Prague, and I get off the airplane with all my dudes, and we walk to the end of the jetway, and there's someone taking passports. And I was like, that's kind of weird, but, you know, it's Europe. Maybe they're doing some sort of check. And then I noticed that they were moving me and my band into this one room, and I walk into the room, and my bass player's already in there, and there's like 5 dudes with machine guns with face masks. You couldn't see anything but their eyes, you know, and like they big knives, and there's 3 like Ivan Drago looking Eastern Bloc, like bullet headed muscle dudes, detectives, and then one chick who turned out to be the head detective. And I'm looking at all these dudes, and I actually started singing Kool and the Gang, right? I'm like, oh, there's a party going on, right? Because I was like, I feel bad for whatever motherfucker that these dudes are here for, because they look like they were there to get like Bin Laden. Right. You know what I mean? Okay. They brought serious artillery. And I was like, holy fuck, the SWAT team's here. Man, there must be a criminal on this plane, you know? And I've seen that before, because I travel enough. I've seen people get pulled off. And my bass player looked at me, he was like, no, there ain't no party going on here, dude. This is serious. And I'm like, all right. And then I start thinking, I'm like, man, some motherfucker has weed in their bag or something, or they accepted something from someone at the airport, which you never do, you know, any airport. And then, you know, I'm thinking maybe our work visas are fucked up, and I'm trying to figure out why we're being detained, not let into the Czech Republic. And this woman walks up and she goes, are you David Blythe? And she pronounced my name. I'm like, yeah. And she goes, this is for you. I need you to get whatever medicines you have. And she handed me a piece of paper saying that I had willfully assaulted a young man, I guess, pushed him from the podium, as it said on the warrant, I guess, with intent to harm him. He had fallen off the stage, hit his head, and died a month later. And I was to be charged with manslaughter, and they took me off to a 123-year-old Czech prison, where I did 37 days, 3 in jail, 34 in prison, and paid bail twice.
Twice? Yeah, it was $200,000 for the first bail. Yeah. The band raised the money or whatever, get it together.
From Sony.
They borrowed the money, and then they go, no, that's not good enough. We need another $200,000 a week later.
Who's the nigga now?
And then they still
Can I answer that? How awful was it, and I'm just jumping in the middle, answering these questions with a translator, because how much of your stuff is actually going to be translated properly?
Oh, dude, like when I guess I'd been locked up for about a day and a half in this city jail, and they're like, you're going to be interrogated tomorrow. And I'm like, okay, you know, it sounds very like Cold War, like interrogated, you know. I'm picturing them with like the car battery with the nipple clamps and stuff. You know what I mean? But I walk in this
like Rambo.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like getting my macho on, you know. I won't break. Name, rank, serial number. But no, they took me into this room, and I had this translator, and they're like, okay, give us your testimony. I'm like, what do you mean? They're like, explain everything that happened that day. Do you remember what you did 2 years ago for 70 minutes between 9 and 10:10?
Asian girl.
Damn. Exactly.
Boy, yeah, she could take a punch. I remember that day like it was yesterday.
Holy shit, you're amazing. You're the first person.
I'm a savant.
Yeah.
Fucking Rain Man.
No, it's love it. Yeah, no, they fucking carry me in there, and they asked me about a 70-minute time period of my life from 2 years period of which I had like no recollection of it. We've played 1,000 shows. You know, this is just another show. So
wasn't there one guy that kept jumping on stage that they thought that was the guy?
Yeah. There was a young man who kept on jumping up on stage, and I finally wrestled him down. And I never stopped singing the whole time, but I held him down on the stage. I'm like, "Stop it, you fucking asshole!" Rah 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 rah, singing, yelling at him, and he thought it was funny. You know, he's like throwing the horns. There's pictures, and then eventually he wanted to get up. And I was like, no, motherfucker. You wanted to be up here so bad. Now you're here with me. You're not going to get up until I let you up. So I like just started getting on him, man. Like I held him tighter and tighter and I had the mic and I'm rubbing it in his face, screaming the lyrics in his face. And he started getting freaked out. He's like, I'm ready to get up now. And I'm like, no, you're here. You wanted to be here so bad. You're here with me now. And I held him there until he was really freaked out. Because he was wasted. He kept on coming up on stage and coming up on stage, and security was dragging him. And, you know, it's like, okay, you aren't getting the point. Either you're fucked up or you're crazy. So I got to, you know, I didn't hit the guy. I didn't choke him, nothing, you know. So when I was arrested, there's all these pictures in the paper of me and this dude. And they're like, this is with these like lurid headlines in the Czech tabloids, the death grip and stuff like that. And they're like, this is Randy killing this dude or whatever. And the kid goes to the police. He's like, no, I'm alive. And he actually showed up at my trial and testified on my behalf. And
so that was the wrong kid.
Oh yeah,
it was the picture that they showed. I mean, it looked like
picture.
It looked like Randy was gonna like killing him on stage.
Yeah, well, I'm actually on top of it, and he's like doing like this. That doesn't look like I'm killing him,
right? But you know? it's a bad picture. Like if they're thinking this is the kid, and it wasn't the kid.
It was a bad picture. So it wasn't
the kid who died,
and everyone thought it was the kid, and that's what really, it was all over the place.
And it took a month for you to be in prison to figure out.
No. Then I had to go through the trial thing, dude. It's so fucking complex. That's why I wrote a 500-page book about it.
I'm amazed you went back though. You got out of jail and you could have just stayed in the States.
Yeah, I never would have been
extradited.
Yeah, because the family of the young man who died. The fact of the matter is that they just wanted some answers. All they knew was what the media had said. It's like, you know, this. They all the media over there was basically saying, most of the tabloid media, like, this guy is like this barbaric, animalistic killer guy who comes here and hide your children. And this family of this young man, you know, they had like lost their son, and they never once came at me in the press. They never once came at me in the courtroom. They never once badmouthed me. They just wanted some fucking answers, dude. What happened? If you had a kid and your kid died, wouldn't you want to know what happened?
Definitely.
And like, it was so everything was so confusing. I was like, man, you know, I'm going to go back and go to trial. And if there's some answers that I can provide, what little I can, I feel ethically obliged to do so, because this family needs some answers. And like, I wanted some answers too, you know? You have to remember, it's like, I was pretty sure that, you know, I was 99% sure that I hadn't intentionally harmed anyone. It was a heavy metal show, you know. There was no security. It was, you know, I was sure of that, but like, I had this what if in the back of my mind. What if, like, what if you did do something? What if something comes up? I got to take responsibility for that, man. There's a dead person. So I went back, you know.
And you were facing 10 years.
5 to 10 years.
5 to 10 years.
5 to 10 years, no time off for good behavior.
That's 50 years in that country.
And that prison is a famous prison with the Nazis or something like that was going on?
It was 123 years old when I got there. And then from 39 to 45, the Nazis had it. And from 39 to 43, they were shipping prisoners out to be executed somewhere else. And then they figured out that that was too expensive and they didn't want to waste bullets, so they got a guillotine. So in a year and a half, they executed almost 2,000 people by the guillotine, and it was at the end of the war, the Nazis, when they liberated Prague, the Nazis took the guillotine and took it apart and threw it in the Vltava River in order to hide what they had done. Because, I mean, you walk into a place, you see a fucking guillotine.
You know what I mean?
You're like this some shit went down here.
Yeah.
You know? So they went through it in the river, but they caught the guy ahead of the Gestapo there and interrogated him, and then they went and drug it up. And then they put it's still in the prison as a memory of what happened there. Wow. You know? So it's a heavy place, man.
But you know what's messed up about this story? So our Justice Department here in the United States knows that the Prague, government is investigating Randy, and they don't even tell him. So for 2 years, they said, hey, we're investigating this guy. Never gets back to Randy. They never called him, said, hey, man, there's a problem over
in the Czech. You might want to stay there.
He has no idea. He just goes there 2 years later and walks off a plane and gets arrested. Surprised. They had the information. Why wouldn't they tell him?
Yeah, the American government refused to cooperate with the Czech government when they contacted them and said, hey, we want to investigate this guy for a possible manslaughter charge, and the American government said F you, this, but that's cool,
But tell you though.
But tell me, tell a motherfucker, you know what I mean?
Yes.
That before you go over to somewhere where they, and it's not like I would have just hid and like not dealt with it.
Right, you would have been prepared for it though.
Yeah, I want to figure something, I want to like, figure out what's going on. I wouldn't want that. I couldn't live with myself knowing something like that is, maybe you killed someone. I'm not going to live the rest of my life thinking like that.
There is a tape too. I'm sure you've seen it now. Did you know it before the trial that there was a video of actually the incident, which I think exonerated you?
No, that tape doesn't show.
There's no
video of the young man whatsoever, to my knowledge. That video is like of little over the first half of the show. They played it in court.
It's a different guy. Okay.
Yeah, if you look at that video in the first 3 minutes, there's some dude running on stage, But that video we showed it, like there are so many people who testified, like there were something like 30 witnesses they interrogated. Everybody had a different story.
What did they say happened? What was the general?
What did they say?
Yeah,
what do you mean,
this kid, he was on stage and he got pushed off?
Yeah, like there's, I don't know for certain what happened. I only know what I believe happened, and no. I believe that the young man, for whatever reason, got on stage, and there had been a lot of people on stage, and I believe that I pushed him away from me. He went off the stage. Stage is about 3 feet tall. It's very small, very crowded. I believe no one caught him. I believe he fell and hit his head and he died. It's a complete accident. And musicians have the right to protect themselves on stage. It's dangerous. Don't come on fucking stage.
Yeah.
It's like a tiny thing. I still, however, feel I have the court found me legally not guilty. Right? I was exonerated, but they said I had the ethical responsibility for this young man's death. And I, in fact, believe that I do. Why? Not because I protected myself, because there was more than one person on the stage, but because I did not stop the show. I should have stopped the show from the beginning and turned around and walk off. But it was our first time in the country. I didn't know if these people are going to riot. We want to make a good impression. And I made it as clear as I could. People couldn't be on stage, but they kept on coming. For some reason, we kept on playing. I should have walked off stage.
Lack of security hurt too. The fact there was no one there. Small stage.
Yeah, the judge and they found most of the fault lie with promoters and security and stuff. They're like, this was you guys, and we have contractual. You're required to provide security and an adequate barricade. Yet they didn't. But regardless, in the end, I was a last link in a disastrous chain. If I had stopped the show and walked away, that young man would be alive today. He was a 19-year-old kid. So I gotta, that's on me, man. I gotta take that and live with that, And that's just the way it is, you know. It's tragic. I wish I could go back in time and change things. But if I could go back in time, I'd go back and assassinate Hitler before he came to power. I'd warn the people that they were going to bomb the Trade Center. I'd do all sorts of magic shit. You know, I'd give myself lottery numbers.
Yes. You're a better man than me. I would have just fucked Marilyn Monroe when she was Norma Jean.
I do all sorts of magical shit, but I can't go back in time. You know?
It seems easy to say I should have stopped the show, but it seems like you guys have been in situations throughout your careers where you don't know what the right thing is to do.
Hindsight.
Dude, it's brutal when you're on stage and you're trying to do your job. And I don't think a lot of people in audiences realize what it's like to be on stage. I don't think... Like, you can't really see what's going on. There's lights in your face. And especially a show like our band, we're moving all over the fucking place and the audience is crazy. It's not like you're at the opera and everybody's sitting there and whoa, and all of a sudden there's a disturbance in row 3. No, it's not like that. It's fucking crazy. And people are throwing shit at you, you know. It's nutty, you know.
Yeah, every song is 100 miles an hour.
It's like,
I know enough, trust me. I've always been surprised over the years that more people haven't just died at metal shows, though. There's some crazy ass shit that
what
goes
happened,
on.
and I've said this before, what happened to me, it was only a matter of time. And when I got out of prison, so many dudes I knew in bands were like, call me and they're like, dude, I'm not saying I'm glad you went to prison, but I was like, oh my God, that could have been me. I've done so much worse than just push someone, you know, punch motherfuckers, get them off stage, you know, all sorts of stuff. So like, you know, it was going to happen to somebody, and probably somebody I know, given the nature of the music we play. I just happen to catch the bullet.
You kind of have to push people, though, right? If someone's like because someone's fucked up and they're jumping on you, you can't just let them jump on you. You're kind of
security is supposed to take care of that. Regrettably, there was no security, at least not any that was willing to do anything.
And especially after the whole Dimebag Darrell situation, where a guy comes up on stage, kills him at a metal show and stuff like that.
Dude,
there was just no way you were going to let that happen.
You know, when I went to court, I had to explain to these. There wasn't a jury trial. It was 3 judges. There was a professional judge like here, and then 2 lay judges, and they kind of acted like jurors, you know. So it would majority vote would decide on whether or not the person's guilty or whatever. I don't know. I just know that who voted what, but I was voted not guilty. But these judges, they grew up in communist era Czechoslovakia. They don't know anything about a metal show. They don't know anything about the way things are because it didn't exist then. So it was my job to explain to them, you know, what stage diving is, what slam dancing is. Over and over and over, I had to explain these things. And then, you know, you were mentioning Dimebag Darrell. Vinnie Paul did me a big solid, bro. I went to him, we were on tour, and he asked me if we could do a shot for Dimebag's birthday on stage. We were on tour together before I went back to trial to make some money. I'm like, of course. And I had to ask him a favor. I'm like, dude, I hate asking you this, but will you write a letter to these people in the court to explain why things have changed and why we need security? And he's like, absolutely, dude. And he wrote me a brutal kind of like, it's short to the point. It describes what happens, you know? And they read that letter in court, and like, they read it in Czech, and I could hear Vinny's name and Dimebag's name and describing what happened to him. And it made me tear up, you know, like it's so intense, you know?
Vinnie Paul is Dimebag's brother, and Vinny was on stage at the time when everything went down.
So he did me a huge solid there, you know, and I love him for that because it had to be difficult for him to write that out, you know?
You know, besides your book, which is amazing, you detailed it, there is actually video of the whole trial. Lamb of God, they were filming a movie at the time when they were doing this. They have the footage of them walking off the plane, and all of a sudden, like, everyone's stopping.
Do they?
And yes, and then also they were allowed to bring their documentary people were allowed to bring the cameras in the courtroom
for part of the time.
For part of the time, but you see the whole thing. Randy's expression when he's not guilty, all the stuff going on. You know, Randy with his lawyers, all the, you know, how they're gonna, you know, try to explain what goes on in a metal show. It's fascinating.
Oh, that's unbelievable.
It's a Lamb of God DVD out as the Palace is burning.
Your
movies-
statement was amazing. I watched your statement where you say this is like you talk to the victim's family before the trial. You say like, look, a 19-year-old died, and I'm here to, it was something you said that was very brief. It was really kind of moving, though.
Right. There was some, they weren't allowed cameras for the whole time. We were making a documentary, right? We have a few DVDs. They're like tour DVDs and show us partying and drinking and fighting and being idiots, because that's what we are. And
Must be nice, huh?
we didn't want to do another one. So like our manager at the time, Larry Mazer, came up with this idea. He's like, let's make a movie where we interview the fans and we show like the power of this music, not just Lamb of God, but our type of music in general, how it helps people. So we started filming in we had a documentary crew go and interview fans in places like Medellin, Colombia, where Pablo Escobar is from.
That's a party town.
I wouldn't call it a party town.
You performed there?
No, we didn't play in Medellin. We played
down
the road.
Down the road from Medellin.
When electricity works 24 hours?
Yeah, and where there's not drug lords executing people. We interviewed, or our crew did, a woman in India. She's in the metal scene. And people in Israel, who are living near the wall and stuff. We were trying to get over. I wanted to go over to the other side and interview a Muslim fan, to show some balance. But we couldn't get over there, obviously. But we're interviewing these people in these Venezuela, economically, politically, places under military strife, to show how they use this music to help them. And so we met some of these people, and there's some really cool interviews. And that the whole movie was supposed to be about our fans. Right. And turn the camera away from us. And then halfway through the filming, boom,
that happened.
I go to prison, and it turns back.
Man, listen,
it was crazy.
That is crazy.
Your people are freaking out. We got to get you out of here.
Right on.
Unfortunately, because we could talk to you for another hour. I got to say, I just randomly opened the book, which sounds like it's going to be a great read. And this is what I see. Could be interesting, but I'm really not a huge fan of the whole slavery and penis removal thing. that is the random page I just opened up to. So I think this is going to be a good read.
I've read a decent amount of it. It's amazing.
Yeah.
It's really, really, you're a brilliant writer, man. Even the stuff where you talk about alcoholism, and then you talk about the band, and then you just talk about your life, and it's so good, man. And there's not anything boring about it. Usually biographies have a boring part. Nothing boring in this book.
You jump right in, right?
Yeah.
I tried to keep the pacing up. I read a lot.
So great.
Thank you, sir.
It's called Dark Days.
It's out tomorrow, and then new Lamb of God record next Tuesday or next week.
Yeah, the 24th. Out tomorrow. Dark Days is out the 14th. New Lamb of God the 24th. Signing at the Strand tonight.
The Strand, New York City.
In New York City at 7 p.m.
Oh, nice. Down on Broadway?
Yeah. And over near, was it Union Square?
Yeah.
Yep. A couple blocks from Union Square.
Doing a signing in Jersey tomorrow, and then one in Long Island.
Where are you doing Jersey? Is that the independent bookstore?
Is it Bookends?
Bookends, yep.
Yeah,
I got it here. I should have done
it's a good
tonight's the Strand on Broadway at 12th at 7 for a book signing. Tomorrow, Bookends in Ridgewood. And then Wednesday, the good old book review in my hometown of Huntington, Long Island.
Right on. And
that's a great bookstore, by the way. Yeah. One of the last.
Yeah, Friday I'm doing Urban Farmhouse in my hometown, and then I fly to LA to do a signing with Corey Taylor at Book City.
He was just in here last week. He was great.
Yeah.
You were great too, Randy. Oh my God.
Thank you.
It's a pleasure to meet you. You got to come back.
Stand up dude, man. Really
Tell more
good
stories. Obviously. All right, we got to take a break. Can we play some Lamb of God going into break? What do you want to play today? It's your pick.
Do you have the new song Overlord? I actually sing on that one.
Oh.
It's not screaming.
Do we have Overlord? We're looking it up.
I'm sure Jose put it in the system.
Before he left.
Yeah.
If you don't have it,
we'll find it. You got it? We got it, or I got it on YouTube. You got it, Travis?
No, if Eric's got it, we can play it from YouTube.
Yeah, all right, we're going to do that. Randy Blythe, this was a pleasure.
Who spends time in a Czech fucking prison?
I want to ask him about his time in jail and all
There's
sorts
so many questions. I got so many questions.
We were just getting started, but he really has to get out
I'll
of
answer
here.
them, though. I read a lot of the books.
Okay,
so come back.
I'm so glad you're here and made it out of your colonoscopy in one piece.
Me too.
Jimmy's like, I'll
Only
answer.
one fingernail left in there.
We're waiting for the YouTube commercial to end, and then it's going to be Lamb of Lamb of God Overlord, Randy Blythe.
Dark
Thank you,
Days
sir.
out tomorrow. Great book.
Right on. Check this out.
Thank you, guys.
We'll be back.
Awesome.
Oh, you fucked up everything. And he's still in studio. He's going to think we're only going to play the song until he left. Oh, you fucked it up. Randy, he turned off your phone. He turned off your song in the middle of it. Eric fucked up over there. We're going to start it over. Now you got to start the whole thing over.
Excellent.
Sherrod, we're still on.
There you go, man.
Thank you. We still on?
Yeah, because he's shut off.
He shut off the music?
He shut off the music.
Yeah, that ain't right.
All right, we're going to start this over.
That song sounds good, too.
All right, here we go. All right. Lamb of God, Overlord. Jim Norton is here, yes. He made it for part of the Randy Blythe interview.
Man, but yeah, I
actually great.
I left against medical advice. you have to have an escort or somebody take you.
Yeah.
And my manager had a meeting this morning. He couldn't do it, so I was like, you pay $80 and they have somebody take you. So I was bitching before. It was like supposed to be 7:30. And it's 8:15. I'm like, are we gonna? I'm like, what's happening to the nurse? I'm like, I have an interview to do.
Yeah.
And she said, well, he's a little bit. I'm like, all right already. And they took me. I was so fucking cranky. So
you were
cranky.
You were great.
You were in a good mood on that propofol.
What the hell happened?
This was before the propofol.
Oh, it was before it.
And then I finally go in, and the anesthesiologist comes in, and she's taking and she's like, well, how are you? And she's trying to be like all cheery. I'm like, I'm cranky. They told me I would be out of here. She's like, well, that was a little ambitious of them. So I get it. I wake up, and I'm really fucked up. And I haven't been fucked up in a long time.
You know you called us, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You called me a certain word.
Oh, that was before I went under. I wanted to apologize when I was high.
You were fun on propofol. I was debating asking you what you really think of me. I was like, I don't know if I want to hear the answer to this. But
no, I was very happy.
Jimmy was in a very honest, fun mood.
I would have probably been nicer than I should have been.
Yeah.
Like, you're a good guy.
I love you, man.
Yeah, fuck, dude. But I was like sitting there, and the lady had told me, we're not going to have anyone until 9:45. I'm like, that's not happening. So I told the nurse, I'm like, okay, here's what's going to happen. I'm going to get my clothes and I'm going to leave. And she's like, well, you're not supposed to. I'm like, miss, I'm just going to leave. And she goes, okay, let me just have you sign this that you're leaving against medical advice. I'm like, no problem.
Yeah.
And I was really wobbly walking out. I was walking. I'm like walking. I'm trying to cross 6th Avenue. I'm like, your decision making is not good.
You really wanted to talk to Randy Blythe.
What's wrong with you?
No, I actually love the interview. I mean, it was more like I loved the book so much, and this guy was so honest, and he had such integrity that he went back, that the more I read of this, the more I wanted to interview this guy, even for a few minutes. I thought he was great.
We didn't get into so much stuff with him about that whole story. Like, first of all, the press didn't even report this for at least a month. He was in jail for, I think, 38 days.
The American press.
The American press, not even nothing. Finally, about a month in, CNN had a little on the bottom of the screen, heavy metal singer in a jail overseas. Nothing, no press, nothing.
On
except
the ticker,
for
they didn't even mention
nothing. The heavy metal sites and all that, we all knew that there was free Randy Blythe shirts we were wearing on that metal show and all the shit. And Slash was out there talking about it and shit like that. No press, nobody gave a fuck. And just like the Justice Department didn't even get in touch with him, say, hey man, someone is investigating. It was amazing that there was nothing. That this could happen to anybody, whether it be a heavy metal band or something. They feel like they're responsible. Some country that doesn't know what the fuck goes on at a concert.
Right. Can I tell you this? I don't know a lot about Lamb of God. I've heard a few tunes, and I do like them. It just shows you how shitty our mainstream media is. When I did hear about this story, just like you said, a little blurb here and there, and I'm not in the metal world like Florentine certainly and Jim Norton. I'm like thinking, this is my first thought, what a fucking animal this guy is. I'm thinking, holy shit, this guy's an animal. He's out of fucking control, blah, blah, blah. You meet the guy.
He's nice. The nicest guy, smart.
No, that's why I'm saying it like this, because I didn't know. I don't know him personally. We never interviewed him. I didn't search out a lot of interviews by Randy Blythe and Lamb of God. That's what I thought when I first saw the little ticker of this story. You meet the guy, and it's like, holy fuck, he got railroaded in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
Because this wasn't presented properly in the mainstream media.
Yeah.
No. Not
scary. I love this guy.
Yeah, he's great.
He's awesome.
It's like it's scary how they can paint that picture of you, and then you got to fight against it. Even with them not covering it, it seemed like they fucking part of this conspiracy that he threw this kid off the stage.
It was amazing that our government didn't get involved when they have to raise $200,000 for bail. So he raises his band, helps him raise it.
Yeah.
And then they still don't let him out of jail. And they go, nope, 10 days later, they go, we need more. We need another $200,000.
That's extortion.
So then they give him $400,000. It still takes another week to get him out of jail. And nobody's doing anything about it. His band they did a whole thing where they just did a whole auction, the old guitars just to raise money, put them on eBay. All the fans were buying and chipping in just to get him out of jail back to America. And then he was back here for like 3 months and then had to go back to the Czech Republic to go on trial when he could stay here.
Back.
Well, I hope through this book that more people realize what kind of guy he really is.
Stand-up guy.
He's a stand-up guy. He's got incredible integrity because he went back. He didn't have to go back when he did.
Now the thing with his band, so that if he doesn't go back, he doesn't get extradited, so he could stay. They would never come after him. I think there was about 4 or 5 countries where his band could never perform
because
if he landed on their soil, he would have got arrested. But they weren't. I forget what countries they were. They weren't huge ones. They easily still could have had a career in a band if he didn't want to go back and face this.
But he said, "No, I got to do this."
Fuck it, I'm going back. Because
he's morally
that family needs answers,
and he's morally sound as a human being.
And he's a great writer, man. Like he really, he goes over to these little areas, but none of it's boring though. Like just none of it is like, all right, get back to. It's like he just knows how to pace it for some reason. He's an unbelievable writer.
Well, he writes the lyrics. He writes songs and stuff. So maybe he just transferred that over to.
I got to put this on my pile of books.
It's great.
It's unbelievable.
It's a lot of pages too.
I still haven't done the Rick Ross book. The real Rick Ross. I got waiting for me.
I read that before.
I got Corey Taylor. I'm halfway through that. Now I got to add this to the pile.
That's some good summer reading.
There's another one in there. Oh, the Brad Thor book looks good. He was in here last week.
Do you want to hear the post-propofol colonoscopy fucking dump I just took?
Yeah.
It's not that bad. But I just did this in the public bathroom. It's just a quick one.
You've got audio of it from your iPhone.
Yeah, you bet.
Of course we want to hear this.
It's very quick, but I'm like, let me see what this is like.
Yeah. Oh my God, no. Oh God.
And that's the end of it.
Oh, that's great. That's wonderful.
I love a good shit recording. There's nothing better. I taped one last night too. This is what it was like on the medicine.
Do you realize you're a man in your 40s?
Yes, I am.
And you're recording yourself.
I'll be 47 in a week.
And you're recording yourself.
Yes, I am.
You got a great microphone in that fucking phone.
What's that?
That mic is amazing on that phone that you picked up on. Where were you holding the phone when you was doing this?
I'm telling you, one false move and it was getting shit on. I was holding it by my bag. This is last night. This is the stuff they make you take, dude. They make you take this stuff that cleans you out.
I want some of that.
Yeah, this is last night.
Oh, that's a watery mess. That's your poop?
Ah,
It's like somebody's pouring out a bottle of 7-Up.
Whole bunch of raisins at
Is
the end.
that fucking...
Nickel fell.
What a great... I'm sorry to be doing that. I guess I'm still a little propofol
You're
up.
good. Hey,
that was phenomenal.
That liquidy fucking...
Kenny said the Brigada shows were great.
Oh, I couldn't believe how good they were.
That's awesome.
Best crowds I've had in a long time, man.
And he also said that you treated yourself because you knew you were going in for this procedure and you had some ice cream and the ride home was brutal for Kenny.
Oh, yeah.
Jonathan was
he
in
was
the car,
hating it,
the manager.
Because you're lactose intolerant, as we all know.
I knew I couldn't eat Sunday, so I'm like, let me just, after I watched the fights, they were great.
They were great fights.
Fucking amazing night of UFC, and then let me just treat myself.
And then what else was there? Oh, the deaf interpreter.
Oh, yeah, man. That
Kenny
turned
gave
out
it away
to be
a little
fun.
bit.
What's that?
He gave away a little bit that you were going to talk about it.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about it. Yeah, it was for Jonathan has video of some of it, but I haven't seen it yet.
Were you making fun of the guy?
Yeah.
Good for you.
But it was good, though.
It's a comedy show. Good for you.
They were okay with it. They know. They've done comedy shows.
Yeah.
And, I was happy that a deaf person came. I thought it was kind of cool that somebody wants to come and sit up and watch the show.
So what happens if you're deaf and you want to go to the show? The Borgata just has people standing by?
Yeah, well, they have to get someone. It's the American with Disabilities Act. Which
on
is
universities, they do it automatically if they have that on campus sometimes.
Well, let's say it's the Stress Factory. Could we fuck up Vinny and make him get one? Or is it just certain places?
I think it's certain places.
I imagine, any business, any live venue, I bet you has to do that. Any live performance with proper notice probably has to do it. I'm guessing. But I didn't mind it. But, I'm like, it's like you got to do it. It's like, I get it. somebody wants to watch the show, as long as they're not on the stage next to me, like down there, it's fine.
Yeah, it was like a student organization at one of the schools that I performed in. Like they had the first, like the side seats on the first 2 rows.
Yeah.
Hey, was that picture of the Pope with the Black Sabbath shirt real that went around this weekend? They sent it to you, Jimmy, too.
I didn't see it.
I did see it. I don't know if it's real.
I'll tell you.
The guy is on the phone. Hold on a minute.
What shirt is it? Is it a new shirt?
It's a Black Sabbath shirt from like the 70s, obviously before he was the Pope.
No, that's not real. He's wearing his collar. No.
It can't be the original. Oh, God, Jeff, it's a fucking fake. It took 2 seconds. I should have did the research.
Oh, it's not a fake. It's real.
No, because now we're looking at the real photo of the
Dude,
guy.
in a second I could tell you that's a fake.
Yeah.
They're wearing a priest collar.
Yeah. I should have done my own research.
It's on the internet. It's got to be real.
I know, but there's also now the original picture where it's obvious it's not a Black Sabbath thing on the front.
No, that Sabbath shirt came out maybe 10 years ago.
Oh.
Yeah, it's
and that's an old picture of him. And
you know what? It was a pretty good job. I don't know.
If they would have had, if he would have had like a fucking like a technical ecstasy shirt from '76, that I would have believed. But this one,
fake. Okay, Jesus Christ! Of course it's fake. Oh my God! I was all excited for Jimmy. I'm like, hey, the Pope's wearing a Black Sabbath shirt. Of course it is. Look at it. Ugh.
Yeah, it looks like somebody added that on.
That would almost be
videos later.
That would be almost be acceptable now, but back at whatever that's an old picture of him. Probably from 25 years ago. There's no way he would have ever had a Black Sabbath shirt on.
It's more than 25. It looked like it's back in the 50s.
Yeah. How old is he? He's got to be pushing 40.
I'm getting a weird phone call from L.A. coming in.
He's 71,
This guy piqued
right?
my interest. Chris in Los Angeles for Jim Norton. Go ahead, Chris.
Little Jimmy, you're not going to remember a fucking thing. You're going to probably go home and take a nap, and then you're going to wake up tomorrow and you're going to look at tweets or whatever after the shit videos or the shit recordings and all the stuff you said today, and you're going to have a good old laugh.
Dude, I remember. I'm totally
Wait, he's not going
right
to
now.
remember being here in studio?
No, he probably won't, because my dad had a colonoscopy done a couple weeks ago, and I brought him home with medical advice. I was his chauffeur or whatever, and we went to Waffle House, and we went to the store and shit afterwards, and for like 6 hours after, he didn't remember a fucking thing.
Yeah, but I'm not.
It was hilarious.
I will remember every moment of this. I remember what I said before I dozed off, and the first thing when I woke up.
Nigger?
Yeah, and that was what I dreamed. I dreamed it in big cloud letters. No, dude, I'll remember that. I'm not fucked up. I'm fine now. I'm a little tired just because of not eating and stuff.
But once it cycles through and everything gets out of your system, it's going to be a little hazy, and you might not remember a good bit of it.
I will.
I mean, my dad was sitting there going saying the same thing, and it was
right.
fucking
I'm
hilarious.
sure I will. I tweeted. I wasn't being embarrassed. I was spell checking my tweets. I didn't tweet anything that was stupid.
Yeah. Can it come back up on you, though? Can it, like, once you go to sleep? Or?
Nah, that's just a mellow little dose they gave me. It knocked me out for a half hour. It was fine. I didn't feel nauseous when I woke up. It was fine.
We'll ask Jimmy tomorrow, but I think he's going to remember all this. All right.
He's going to sleep like a baby.
All right.
I hope so, sir.
Does your ass hurt at all?
No, it's a little sore from all the
You're
shit.
supposed to say yes.
No, but it didn't. It was the duties that made it sore. It's raw from wiping.
From wiping. The
I actually
wiping
went to I went to the store last night and bought baby wipes, which was a little too late, and I had to smell that food in the supermarket. I was so hungry.
Want some blueberries?
No, thank you. Jesus Christ!
Well, that's why I got a note and everything.
That's home fresh. That's homegrown.
I got to read this letter.
Oh, cool.
I got a tub of blueberries.
That's good. They look safe.
Well, that's what I was thinking. I was thinking it was just a random fan, but it turns out to be someone that's very close to a lot of us in studio, by the way.
Who?
It's to Jimmy, Opie, and Bennington's and all. And it's, let's see, guys, here are some fresh blueberries from my and Otto's garden.
Oh, Trish.
Yes, and I know the garden.
You know the garden because
Yes.
she talks about the garden.
No, I know. I've been over there.
I got to tell you,
Otto used to love taking care of that
these
garden.
could be the best blueberries I've ever had in my fucking life, and they're homegrown from
good,
Trish
huh?
and Otto. Otto's garden. And Otto loved our little garden, and for a boy from the city, was pretty good at tending it. I remember a few years ago, I asked him if he wanted to bring up some berries to an O&A appearance, but he thought you guys would make fun of him. We would have made fun of him.
Right.
We would have absolutely made fun of Otto.
We would
if
have
he came here with
ridiculed him
blueberries
and smushed his dumb berries in his hair.
Yes, Trish, you're right. We would have made fun of him.
Shit.
I got
I have some?
Yes, they're amazing for real. There's no. She goes on to say, I got a pretty good crop this year, so I thought I'd share with people Otto loved and respected and who are so good to me still. Enjoy and love forever, Trish.
Little antioxidants for you, little Jim Jim?
No, she wrote, P.S. I don't use any chemicals or fertilizers on the blueberries. Not because I'm a hippie asshole, but because they don't require it to be delicious.
That's right.
They're amazing. So thank you to Trish.
It's nature's treat.
I'll be honest, I'm kind of enjoying these mediocre blueberries. No, I'm kidding. They're fucking good.
Oh, shit.
They're really good.
Wow. There you go.
Otto's not even, he's still with us, man. In a lot of ways.
It's I just worked this club in Lancaster, Pennsylvania this past weekend, and Otto used to go there all the time. He used to bring Jim there to open for him. And the club owner was saying how much he missed them and stuff, and he used to play there. But there was a story where Otto got drunk one night and just started calling all the hotel rooms and pranking all the people in the rooms at like 4 in the morning. Yeah, cock to everybody in the hotel.
That is too funny.
And then and then in the morning I guess they had a log of where it was coming from, and he was trying to deny it. And like, look, it all came from your room. I guess he was looking for Jim at like 3 in the morning, and they wouldn't give him Jim's room at the front desk, so he just started calling every room, just going waking people up.
I don't know if he ever got a hold of me.
Yeah.
I think Dave Rinaldi talked to me. Like, I don't know, we were really freaked out last night. Something happened. He probably had tipped a few back.
Yeah?
He may have had a couple beers.
There's nothing wrong with that.
That was the Italian villa in Lancaster.
Yeah.
I used to love that room.
It was great.
It's still going, that room?
Yeah, they moved to you ever do those NACA conventions?
Yeah.
You know that big, it's across the street at the Lancaster Host or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
I just played that theater there this past weekend. They moved it across the street there.
Okay.
Go to ottoandgeorge.com. There's some good merch and stuff up there. So.
Oh, you got some good shirts and stuff?
Yeah, and I believe that, I hope it helps at least Trish a little bit. Go to ottoandgeorge.com for everything Otto and George. I think. Do we have more details on the prison break? The El Chapo thing?
Oh my God! Yeah.
Holy fuck! A motorcycle and everything.
He's the fucking best. This guy.
He's the best.
His shower was the only area that was not watched by a camera in his cell.
Right.
So they tunneled down. I guess they had built a tunnel under there with the lights and like some kind of a motorcycle. It took him almost a mile to a construction site in the neighboring town.
Wow.
Well, Chapo Guzman. But that's a huge embarrassment for Mexico. I think they will get him again, and probably it won't take too long.
They're going to kill him.
But don't you think it's a lot of corruption involved? I mean, come on.
Oh my
Someone
God,
had to know that they were building a mile tunnel. That someone in the prison system is what I'm saying.
How do you not know that?
Without a doubt.
There was a long ladder. There were lights in the tunnel to make it all comfortable for his escape, right? Did you see the lights in the tunnel?
There was only 3 people that didn't know.
Right.
But this is not just a guy with money, though. This is a guy with money whose organization is known for cutting heads off.
Yeah. So
he doesn't play games, this guy.
So that was the shower area that he dug the tunnel down, and there's a ladder waiting for him. What do we got? The opening in the shower led to a mile-long tunnel leading to a construction site, like Jimmy said, in the nearby neighborhood of Santa Juanita. The tunnel was more than 2 feet wide and more than 5 feet high, tall enough for him to walk standing upright. They made it comfortable for him.
Yes, it's not like he crawled through some
There was a Starbucks.
Wow, they didn't want to fuck this up. They were making sure he had headroom and everything. It was burrowed more than 30 feet underground. It had been equipped with lighting, ventilation, and a motorcycle on rails that was probably used to transport digging material and cart the dirt out. Unbelievable.
They're the best at tunnels.
How long did it take? Are they guessing?
45 minutes.
How long did that take?
He's been there since February of 14.
Yeah, they probably started the day he got in.
Yeah.
I would bet you they started try to figure it out.
How are they not checking in his shower? I think they noticed him gone. They couldn't see him in his cell for a while.
They interviewed the neighbors of the farm that I guess the tunnel led to, and they said that somebody bought that place a year ago and immediately started doing work. So probably about a year. They were able to cover up like what they were doing at the prison because there was a ton of construction going around at the prison to begin with.
You think he could have escaped a month ago, but they're like, look, it's not quite set yet. We want to make it all nice for you. So we're still trying to get the lights in. Right?
Yeah. Jim, I was saying before, how did he not switch cells with this guy? You know what I mean? Move him around and stuff. They just leave him in that one cell.
Because he's the most powerful drug dealer in the world. And he has so much money. And these guys murder cops. They behead
families, kids.
Everyone's scared of this guy. So it's like the army will come after him, but people on the day-to-day, he's probably, he'll take care of your family for forever. And, if you help him, he's going to probably take care of you.
But he's gone now.
They're scared of him.
Because unlike the dopes up in New York, this guy had a plan A, B, C, and D.
He has an army.
He had a million plans.
I don't think he'll make it back alive. I think if they get him again, they will shoot him.
But I wonder where he jumped on one of those little planes and he's out.
He knows everybody who helped him at the prison. So they're going to kill him.
I know they shut down the Mexico City airport as soon as he got out, like just in case he went there to get on a plane and go somewhere.
But it wasn't even the next day. I think before that they noticed because he has cameras in his facing his cell. So when they noticed, wait, we can't see him anymore, they went in and checked. So he might have only had a couple-hour head start.
Yeah, maybe.
But he had a $1 billion head start, too.
Yeah.
Fucking $1 billion.
Imagine if there was hardly any gas in that motorcycle and ran out of gas.
How much trouble someone would get in.
They'd be lopped heads.
They'd be burned alive in a fucking oil drum. A guy from Zetas used to do that. He'd burn you alive in an oil drum.
Yeah.
They are the fuck. They don't play games, man.
They'll stuff your body in a fucking cigar fucking barrel.
All right.
That's the thing from from the Will Smith movie when they stuffed the dude in a fucking cigar barrel. I see this kind of thing all the time in my country. I feel bad for your country.
They put you in. That was the guy from Lozada. I forget what they call it. It's called making stew or something. And they just put you in an oil drum and burn you alive.
Jesus.
All those guys. Yeah, don't steal from them.
Who would steal from them? Even if they assume you stole, you're going to get the drum.
If I found money anywhere in Mexico, I would try to find them and return it, even if I didn't know if it was theirs. Like, look, guys, I found 20 outside. This might belong to you. Take it.
El Chapo says, thank you.
Is that the actual video of the tunnel?
It said it was
so far I saw
2009. I don't see it says.
Because so far
it's probably similar.
Yeah, I've seen just the animations on.
Probably the same contractor.
Okay. Did you see the footage of when they've had him in custody and he was walking him like at an airport and then one of the guards was grabbing his neck?
That guy,
He's got to be dead, right?
No, well that's why they wear masks. I keep looking at whoever was holding his neck down like that.
Yes.
Like I'm like, why would you do that?
Yeah, that's the picture right there.
Yeah, that dude. Yeah, his family has to be gone by now, right?
I would give him the polite. There was I keep forgetting the guy's name from Los Cetas, but there's photos of him walking through custody with no handcuffs on, and I don't know where it was, but none of the guards probably wanted to do it. They're probably like, nah, you can we'll trust you. But there's photos of him walking custody with no handcuffs. I'm like, I don't know why you would allow that.
Because you don't want your grandmother fucking killed on her way to the bodega.
Yeah.
Right. Unbelievable.
Yeah, we should find that.
Why don't we wrap up?
I wonder where he is right now.
He got on a little plane.
I think he's out of Mexico.
He's got to be.
Where to go? Where to go?
Colombia?
Maybe
he's in South America.
Maybe he's on the way to Sturgis for the bike rally.
He's in Mexico somewhere.
Yeah, he's not leaving that country.
Well,
no
southern
way.
Mexico is pretty much, Bolivia, as far as staying away from authorities.
So all his connections are...
It's like the Wild West.
They found him in a condo. Last time they sent in, they had some infrared stuff that could look under the door. And it was just him and his wife. It was like, where it makes it look green. It's like a heat sensor. Mm-hmm. And they could see he was asleep, him and his wife, and, a bodyguard.
In a condo in Mexico?
Somewhere, yeah.
That's some gangster shit.
It is very gangster.
Yeah.
I want to thank Randy Blythe for coming in today.
Is it Blythe or Blythe?
Blythe.
Oh, it is Blythe. Okay.
Yeah. Randy Blythe from Lamb of God. Dark Days is the name of the book. It's 500 pages. And like Jimmy said, it's a great read. He's halfway through it already. He was great. If you're just tuning in, please listen to the replay today. And
it's out tomorrow, his book.
Nice. And then the new Lamb of God next week.
Next week, new record, and then on tour with Slipknot.
And the signings, too, man. There's Bookends in Ridgewood, which is an awesome place tomorrow. And then today he's doing
The
Strand on Broadway, and 12th at 7 o'clock. And then, at 7 o'clock Wednesday, the book review in Huntington.
It's a great bookstore.
Yeah,
That's where I met Clinton. That's the famous bookstore.
Right.
Bill Clinton?
In the back alley, yeah.
In the back alley?
That's where I met
back
George.
alley.
You met Bill Clinton in the back alley?
I told the story
Yeah, he
many
did.
times. Yeah. But a cop recognized me. I just lucked out because they were holding everyone else back, and I always used to cut through that alley in Huntington to go to wherever the fucking Starbucks or something. No, not even Starbucks. That wasn't accurate for the people that know Huntington. Anyway, and then he was right there, this cop, and he said, "You can't go, through here. Clinton's coming out." And then he recognized me. I'm like, dude, he was excited to meet me. I'm like, fuck being excited. Can I get a fucking picture? And then he got a camera and all that, blah, blah, blah.
Wow.
Yeah, it was a disposable with a lot of dog hair on it because he was a canine cop guy. He goes, I don't know, this might work because it was before cell phones.
And it worked, right? It was a good
and
picture?
it fucking, I ran right to the photo shop in town, and I just, for an hour, pacing around Huntington praying that the thing came out because we weren't sure if this camera was going to work. Well, the X is in it, though. It's fucking...
That doesn't matter.
What happened?
My ex is in it.
So what, though? You just chop it out.
We've
Photoshop.
We've tried some things over the years. I still not totally happy
Or just
with
make it
the
big.
results.
To make it bigger, like where you like she's out to the side, then you just chop it.
I put my arm right around him.
Oh, did you?
Oh, yeah, with gangsta.
Oh, shit. This was when he was still president?
No.
Yeah, but he probably
this
took
was
the
about
picture
2000, I don't know. When did we get fired? 2002?
Yeah, but he probably took the
August
picture
22nd, 2002, I believe.
because he had the girl in the picture.
Something
If it
like
was
that?
just Opie, he's like,
Oh, yeah, he
no.
would have taken it. Yeah.
He's like, there's a hot
Hey, why are you
chick.
smiling? I don't get what you're doing.
Remembering the date, I believe.
You know the date?
I'm thinking it was like August 22nd of 02, or it might have been the 26th. It was like really close to that.
Why are you laughing at that? I'm confused.
How do you know
Because
that?
you said the date.
Yeah.
You said something like, what was it, 2002 or something? And then I just fired out the exact date, but I could be wrong.
Oh, okay. But
it's an unpleasant memory.
But with that said,
Blueberries!
Randy Blythe.
Where was I this morning?
But Randy Blythe, we'll be at the book review in Huntington.
I'm going to fucking step on these.
He's back.
They're delicious. So Sherrod's got Race Wars Wednesday night with Kurt Metzger, the second of 4. We're hoping to make it a regular thing. It's not a definite yet, so please listen to the show and support the show.
It's a must hear.
Wednesday 9 to 11.
Yes, we got Robert George coming in from the New York Post, and possibly Charlemagne trying to work out the times.
Beautiful. And then we got Florentine, who killed it as well today. My God.
I have a show with the new celebrity power couple in the business, Rich Voss and Bonnie McFarlane.
Okay, yeah.
August 8th, Ridgefield Playhouse in Ridgefield, Connecticut. I already got 7 texts from Voss. Plug it.
Really?
August 8th.
Why doesn't he call in and plug it? He has our number.
He's calling right now.
I heard his Mark Maron was really good.
He's great.
People are saying it's really good. I'm going to definitely take a listen to that.
Then this Thursday, the Improv in Hollywood, California.
Okay.
With Morgan Murphy and Jason Lawhead.
Nice.
And Jimmy?
I just have this Saturday. It might be sold out by now. The National Hispanic Cultural Center or wherever in New Mexico, in Albuquerque. I'm doing that benefit for drug addiction. And then following week, I'm at Levity Live. The 23rd, 24th, 25th. Kenny, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
All right. Levity. I got a bunch of stuff coming up, so just check the dates. I got Seattle. I got Caroline's. I got just a whole bunch.
Oh, Jimmy.
Oh,
just check. I'm very happy with how good the Borgata went. Yay. Crowds.
You were a little nervous.
I was worried, man. I thought it was going to be empty, but they were like, Friday wasn't sold out. It was close, and they're like, this is great for a Friday over the summer. I'm like, cool. They were happy.
Good.
So, guys, I know I'm a little propofalled up. But, I've been meaning to come out and talk about some fucking shit.
I think all of us are thinking, let's not ask him a real question, because we don't want to hear the answer to
I
that.
don't know how to define it. I just know what I like.
We were a little scared to ask you anything. And Florentine's name is still misspelled on richvoss.com. We told him that it was misspelled.
What is it? Did he spell it D-O-U-C-H-E again? God damn it.
All right, y'all.
Goodbye.
See you tomorrow.